And the boomers have already turned off the broadcast because with that pre-race ceremony, they definitely know Bubba's winning today. Beautiful.
Hey, Brad, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to go. Let's get it.
Flip them switches.
Rain, go fuck yourself.
Let's go. On the other side, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Burton, and Steve Letarte. Let's go racing from Michigan.
Dale Jr. doing play-by-play again?
Let me try.
Where's my phone? There it is. Duh. I'm eating my KFC. That's got to be Nashville hot tenders. Didn't ask for that, but that's what I got. I just wanted some regular ass chicken tenders. I don't think they're out of the woods yet with the rain, but maybe they'll get lucky. Why does KFC have fries instead of their tater wedges? Because their tater wedges were always really good. I gotta go to the fucking drop-in to get good tater wedges now. Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?
There we go, it's on. Let's say I didn't hear any sound. Had to get pulled away from what was about to be probably another 6 to 8 hour marathon of just trolling people in GTA Online because I'm addicted again. But the race is actually going to start. So my plan for rain delay coverage is GTA Online. Because I figure it'll probably rain again. I hope not, though. We can't have rain impact another Bubba win, can we? Hey, Todd. What up, Karen? Kyle Busch for the win. Well, my parlay's dead, so fuck him. So now I want Truex or Larson to win. Because if Truex wins, I get 32. If Larson wins, I get 16. Not ready to pick Bubba for a win at a place like this yet, but I think he's got a pretty fucking good shot. I don't want the weather interfering with that. This race is starting an hour late. I told Dylan when he came here, I said, Monday race, I'll have something to do tomorrow. No, it's starting. I'm going to watch Raw tomorrow night. They're showing a commercial for it right now. I'm going to watch Raw tomorrow. I'm actually going to remember to take time to watch Raw. Might record it and watch it later so I can skip commercials. What's up, Michael? Boy, Noah Gragson threw that Xfinity race away with his dumb strategy call that he made, and then Allgaier's pit crew threw it away. So Noah's stupidity cost me my parlay. Fat guy playing the guitar. How's that fat guy playing guitar and drums at the same time? Excuse me. Bubba gonna win. You guys saw that national anthem, right? He's totally winning. Rigged. I got our Darlington tickets Friday. And Dylan, you said you already got the hotel?
Yes.
2 miles from the track? Mm-hmm. What's the hotel called?
Raceway Inn.
The Raceway Inn. Probably not going to be as nice as a Holiday Inn, but
it was half the price.
Half the fucking price. Rock on.
The NASCAR Cup Series presented.
Half the price and 10 miles closer.
It's at Michigan International Speedway where the best stock car drivers in the world will compete.
Dale Jr., talk about that blue emu.
400. Time is running out as we inch closer to the playoffs.
Bubba has creeped up into the top 20 in the standings.
Several drivers without wins have an opportunity today to go to victory lane. Hi, I'm Dale Earnhardt Jr. With me is driver analyst Jeff.
Boomers are talking about how good McDowell's been this year, but Bubba's ahead of him in points.
Two drivers stand out to me. That's Kevin Harvick and Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, me as well. Kevin Harvick's won 4 of the last 6 here. Blaney won here last year. But the problem is, Harvick starts 16th. Blaney starts 24th. Ford's been winless on tracks like this in 2022. They have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, they have another big problem. It's called Toyota. When they unloaded here, they have been lightning fast. They put all 6 in the top 11, swept the front 3 spots, and 2 Toyotas need today to be great. That's Martin Truex Jr. He's currently in the playoffs, but only by points, and Bubba Wallace, the pole sitter, inside the top 30. So a win would do it. He would make the playoffs. When I look at the rest of the regular season, Daytona, of course, he's going to be good. He doesn't love the road courses. Today's the day for Bubba Wallace.
Doesn't love road courses, but got a top 5 on one last week.
It couldn't be bigger for the driver for 2311. We had a little bit of weather earlier that pushed the start of this race back. How does that rain affect the racetrack surface?
I think it's a big challenge for the teams because
I figure there'll be a competition yellow now.
Meaning the cars will not turn the way they wanted them to. Then they made big changes overnight. Now, Steve, the track has gotten rained on, and it's going to change.
Oh yeah, Indy race is
Make
on.
me feel a whole lot better as a crew chief.
The Indy race is over.
The clouds came in.
That should start at like what, 12 or 1?
I think more grip's going to be in the front. So now my already freed up race car, I think is going to be looser. Now, thankfully, NASCAR agrees, so they're going to give me a comp caution early around 20 or 25. So
okay, they are doing the comp caution because of the rain.
Hey, just give me that comp caution. I have to make some more adjustments. Yeah, you have to think that competition caution is going to change the strategy just a little bit for these guys in that first stage. We know strategy is going to play a big role today, Steve. We'll be talking about that a lot. Let's get these engines fired. Let's go down to the commander.
Race fans,
gotta be honest, these chicken tenders kind of suck, KFC, not gonna lie.
Motorsports. Here to give the command to start engines. Please welcome member of the
I got to sleep till 1 o'clock on a Sunday.
Fame, Michigan
Oh, it was glorious.
basketball coach.
I'm watching a race and I'm not tired.
And 2021 Big Ten Football Coach of the Year, Michigan State head football coach Mel Tucker.
Drivers, start your engines. Go green.
Want a spicy chicken tender? Sure.
Finally, engines are fired. We're going to have that green flag coming up for you when we return. More from Michigan. And then
Looks like it's about to fucking rain again. I hated leaving that GTA session I was in. I was starting to have fun.
I mean, you only killed like half the people in the lobby.
That one guy sticky bombed me, but he paid the price for it. Nobody fucks with the weaponized Ignis. Oh, the Indy race got delayed too. Indy and NASCAR on at the same time again. I just switched over to the Indy car.
Muirfield is a fabulous venue.
Okay, whatever they're talking about now. Switch back. Yeah, this chicken kind of sucks. And as a man who eats a lot of chicken, that's very big of me to say. Care for another?
Sure. I like the spice. The chicken.
It's like a little too
have that
much.
taste.
Yeah, it's a little too much. And the fries are good, but they're like too strong, I think. 5 out of 10 KFC, not impressed. I don't eat at KFC much anymore. And now I remember why. I stopped eating at KFC when they took like every good thing I like off the menu. They got rid of the Doublelicious, they got rid of the Double Down, they got rid of their tater wedges, they got rid of their fucking baked beans. KFC buffet in Connecticut doesn't exist now. So fuck KFC.
Credit Card Company. And by Toyota. Let's go places. The state of Michigan has deep sports traditions. Today, the stars of NASCAR will add to that history.
I like how Junior, his voice goes up at the end of every sentence when he's reading stuff he didn't write. You notice that? Listen to Dale Jr. when he's reading stuff that they're telling him to say. I'm waiting for a black bar to pop up on the screen. Detroit Lions highlights not available. Highlights don't exist. Oh, there you go, Barry Sanders.
I know that you are a Rangers fan, but I know if you've seen these kids, you'll be a Tiger fan.
The Detroit Red Wings have won the Stanley Cup.
Another glorious
A black guy played hockey.
NASCAR's fastest track.
Calling the king of Michigan International.
That's why I picked Larson. It's his first low downforce race at Michigan in 4 years. He was owning this place before they fucked up the aero package.
Kevin Harvick.
Sweeps in Michigan. Oh, 2020. I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
The pace car has the field rolling off pit road. We're going to take a look at our starting grid brought to you by Golden Corral. Bubba Wallace with his first career pole, the sixth first-time pole winner in 2022, the first pole for 2311 Racing. Kyle Busch back here in row 2. Hasn't had a top 10 in 9 races in the top 10. A streak here at Michigan. Ty Gibbs continues to fill in for an injured Kurt Busch. He'll be in row 6 next to another part-timer. We see Noah Gregson in row 6. Back a little bit farther, row 8. Big week for Kevin Harvick. Can he get the Ford in victory lane as we look further back? Chase Briscoe, another Ford that's gone to victory lane already this year at Phoenix. And we go a little bit farther, a little shocking to see Alex Bowman back here and Brad Keselowski. Just expected a little more speed in qualifying, guys. Great run last week for Todd Gilliland, starting last on the field. Let's go down to the pits with some updates, starting with Kim.
Well, Kevin Harvick is on a 65-race winless streak and currently sits outside the playoff picture. When I talked to crew chief Rodney Childers this morning, he was optimistic. He did say all that matters right now is winning. He said our qualifying effort of 16th was not indicative of the race car they brought. He feels like they have a top 5 car here at Michigan this afternoon. Now, Kevin leads all active drivers in wins at Michigan with 5.
You guys know I got my Bubba shirt on today.
Hoping to make it 6.
I put it on last night after work. I was like, I'm wearing my Bubba shirt.
He said, I literally
Burger King.
8 races this year.
You mean Sonic?
We
No,
wanna
I'm kidding.
put together 2 runs of the race. We could be winners so far this year. Right now, they have 0 wins, and they're holding the last.
I think Blaney's just having a really frustrating season.
He said today,
Not a horrible season, but just a frustrating season for Ryan Blaney.
All we have to do.
Truex as well to an extent, even though they're so far up in points.
Well, Marty, Brad Keselowski grew up 90 miles from here in Rochester.
Keselowski is winless in 24 career Michigan Cup races. It's about to be 25.
3 times a runner-up.
Although there's rain in the area, so
I spoke to this team. They said we just have not been
You
able
don't-
to get
you never
them
know.
comfortable inside this race car and get them committing back to that throttle. Qualified all the way back in 33rd position, so they're going to have to find some speed and maybe use some strategy if they want to try and get that elusive first Michigan win. And Jeff, why don't we talk to him and see what he thinks if he can go get that first win?
Yeah, let's do it, Parker. Brad, you got us? Yes, sir, Jeff.
Hey, Brad, your father fielded a car here. Sorry, your family fielded a car here back in 1969. Your father won an ARCA race at this racetrack. What does it mean for you to be at this racetrack today racing?
Oh, Jeff, it's kind of a dream come true in a lot of ways. I just want to get to victory lane. You know, I've been so close here before, and, you know, it's been a hard fight to get here. And when you get here, you just want to make it all count with a win. But,
Did you see Kyle Busch's finishes in the last 7 races? Not good. I was shocked to see how bad those finishes were.
It means a lot for sure.
Well, every year is a new challenge.
So we're going to have a caution at lap 20 because it rained.
Challenge with it?
Now the sun's coming back out again.
I think, Jeff, these cars, practice were all real nice. Everybody was kind of fighting different things, but the race is always a different animal, and now you have to get a little between tracks and all that stuff on top of it, Jeff. Cars know what to expect.
Well,
Couldn't understand what the fuck Brad was saying.
Good day today. Thanks for letting us ride along.
Appreciate you, Jeff. Have fun up there.
when we come to Michigan, we always think about strategy, fuel mileage, Steve. That's going to play a big role today. Let's go to the race breakdown. Give it to us, buddy.
Yeah, these
Comp cost at lap 20, stage 1 at lap 45, stage 2 at lap whatever the fuck. It's 75 laps long. They're doing that weird thing again where the first stage is short, the second stage is long, and the third stage is the longest.
Yellow. If we do get another rain shower, lap 100, actually, before the end of stage
Halfway, not the end of stage 2, halfway the race is official. Just got to get to 100 laps. I think we can get to 100.
It's going to be all about fuel strategy, not just saving fuel, how much you need on the pit stops. Find a way to get your driver some track position, because for what we've seen so far, I don't think you want to bolt on fresh tires and think you're going to drive back up to the field. We got a talented crew on pit road giving us a lot of information throughout the race. Let's go back down there for some more updates. Start with Kim.
Yeah, let's get a good look at Ty Gibbs with that Monster Energy onboard camera filling in.
Third straight Cup start for Ty Gibbs.
Pulled the hardware in yesterday's Xfinity Series race in Michigan, and the team hopes to build off the young driver's performance. Now, although the cars are very different, crew chief Billy Scott told me Ty's performance yesterday is still very helpful because there are aspects about racing here and about this track that his young driver can use today to help learn what the Cup car can do, what lines to use, the restarts.
Michael, if you went back and saw my stream from last night, the way Gregson and Allgaier were able to get back in the gas to the center of the corner and just blow by everybody was blowing my mind. And even AJ was like, what the fuck?
He has the best average finish of any driver.
AJ reacted on his radio very negatively.
That's nearly 3.5 spots better than anyone in the field, despite not having a win here. But this is a brand new tire here at Michigan, and Alan Gustafson told me this morning this tire has really thrown us for a loop. He said, I feel like at intermediate tracks this year, we've had a terrific handle on things. This weekend, we're playing from behind. So the adjustments we make during the race, Parker, that'll be key for this 9 team if they want to get another top 5 finish.
And we'll get an awesome onboard shot thanks to Coca-Cola here.
Denny Hamlin, no top 5s in the last 8 races. Only 3 this season. 2 of them wins.
So analytical.
I was there in Charlotte for one of them.
I think I've heard yet. He has some he makes up himself and some that he says are self-admittedly a bit subjective. This is one of those. He said over the 130 races that he and Denny Hamlin are working together, he has a metric of how many races were they capable of winning. He said they factored out that 40 of those races they were capable of winning. They've won 17. He said that's a maddening fact. I know we've probably a series leading 17 together, but he said I feel like that's where we're striving as a team. Always trying to find that little bit, trying to find those races where we're capable of winning. We've got to go up there and execute.
You believe our Darlington tickets for the whole weekend cost $100 each?
He said right now
me and Dylan each paid $100.
Mode to find that
that's it for Darlington to go on Saturday and Sunday.
Execution is going to be key. So we talked to Brad, and he talked about this new car and the unknown, how you adjust and how you basically work on your car. Well, let's take a look at our Toyota virtual car. Let's talk about the aerodynamics. This is the fastest downforce track we go to. The air is going to start by going to this front splitter. You see the step. You want to push the air underneath the car. What does that do, and why do you do it? It goes along the bottom of the car. You see how smooth it is. You want to get as much air under the car and as much air across this rear diffuser as possible. That's what creates the downforce. It speeds the air up. So we're going to take a second here, turn to the back, and we're going to turn the switch off. Not only is that how it makes downforce, but drivers, it has changed how you have to race in traffic. When we come back to the top of the car, look at the wake, right? The old car
I like how
was very big.
when they designed this car, we all thought the diffuser would help with dirty air, but now it's the really the only source of dirty air is the diffuser.
Here, you would never make the car turn. Now,
I thought it would help.
Cleaner. That very narrow white area, that's really the only dirty air for this car. So that's how it makes downforce. But following this car, Jeff, I don't think you have to get as far out of line to be successful. That's going to be a key today.
Well, not only do you not have to get out of line as much, you can get out of line on either side. In the past, you just showed it, that air would come off.
Can we get the fucking one to go? There's rain coming.
Your left fender in clean air. That was the way you made a pass. Now with this car, you can get your left fender or your right fender. You don't have to be offset as much. So that's why we've seen more passing this year on the 1.5 miles, and the races have been so exciting.
Let's take another look at the playoff standing, guys. Talk about some of the drivers. Obviously, down there without wins that have a shot today, a legit opportunity to win this race. I think Ryan Blaney, to me, is the biggest conversation because what are they going to do? And I say that because at plus 121, I believe points can get them in the playoffs. I'm not sure we're going to see a bunch more winners. But what do they believe? You just mentioned it. Harvick, Bubba Wallace is on rails this weekend. Those guys can absolutely win this race, that would flip this upside down. But Jeff, if Ryan Blaney doesn't feel they can, do you just try to score as many points as possible and not hurt yourself with some crazy strategy?
Well, you always try to score as many points as possible. But look what the challenge is up ahead. There's 4 races left in this season.
Michigan, Richmond, Watkins Glen, and Daytona.
Oval, super fast. Next week, we go to a 3/4-mile short track. It couldn't be any more opposite than these 2 racetracks. Then, let's just throw a road course in there. By the way, this road course is completely different than the other
Daytona, the next race on NBC.
A super speedway of road courses, and then a real super speedway in Daytona. And we know at Daytona, anything can happen. Anybody can win that race. That's the last race of the regular season. That is going to be complete chaos.
I said it week 1, I said it week 20, and I'll say it now. If you depend on Daytona, shame on you. Anything can happen there.
NASCAR continues to add laps
Why?
here as the track, the track is dry.
Weepers.
The drivers are giving NASCAR some ideas about maybe where the track isn't perfectly ready for racing yet. Marty has an update. Let's go to Marty.
Hey, Junior, just think
ride around all day.
That lies right in front of Bubba Wallace here. First career pole. He's also on a streak of career best. 3 straight top 10 finishes. This race team, no doubt, has the speed today. But can Bubba deliver behind the wheel? That's the big question. And Steve, Robert Buddy Barker is his crew chief. Bubba Wallace drives for Michael Jordan. He drives for Denny.
They better not ever split up Bubba and Booty because they got something going on now.
This race team together. We talked about sort of that blow up on the radio that Bubba had a few weeks ago at Nashville. Booty had a conversation with him after that race. Not because of the blow up. He said, I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. His message was very simple to Bubba Wallace. I want you to know every time you climb inside that race car, I have your best interest in mind. That will never change. We want to win together, and we want to perform together. And since then,
everybody hates Jeff Burton's voice. Hey, the IndyCar race starting.
Finishes, but can he finish the deal today? That's the big question.
Well, I've known Booty for years. He actually lived with me.
We're going to ride around and wait for the rain to get here for the Cup race before we throw the green flag.
That's kind of where Booty found his footprint in NASCAR. He is a shot guy. He understands the suspension better than anyone, and it's his demeanor. He's a Virginia guy like yourself. He has that little bit of southern drawl, but that patience and that calm. And everything I've heard from the pit box coming back to Bubba.
Well, I'm glad we both got money on Truex.
I like what Booty has
Could be a very
done.
good day for us. I like when our picks align.
As the driver, it's impressive to see what Booty's pulled off.
Yeah, he's done a great job. Southpaw's the speedway, buddy. That's where he cut his teeth. Listen, I think Dave Roberts,
NBC with the ESPN. Booty Barker paralyzed after car accident at age 18.
Works for the crew chiefs, engineers. That guy has 18.
What is he in the NFL draft on ESPN?
Championship last year with Daniel Hemrick. Tony Stewart when he won his championship.
Chris, I like street circuits too, but apparently everybody hates them now because NASCAR's going to do one. So now it's bad.
NASCAR lights are off on the pace car.
Hey, one to go. We're going green.
Coming around turn 2, getting ready for the green flag.
All right, so Junior, I'm gonna put this.
Bubba and Bill on the front row.
Chosen the outside as the pole sitter. We should document that. Right,
Kyle Busch and his best friend Joey Logano on the second row.
We've worked so hard to win the pole and have this track.
Cindric on the third row with Tyler Reddick. He's about 10 feet taller than him.
Rain clean turn 1 and do everything right.
I don't know how they make a race car big enough for somebody like Cindric to sit in. Fucking Gigantor.
Basically as hard as you
Freak! That's a huge bitch!
With the grain that's passed through.
Yeah, I mean, I think starting that outside.
Holy shit, it's Bigfoot!
Gives you a lot of options. If you need to chase the car up the racetrack, you don't have a car on your outside that you're going to get into. So he has a little bit of room there, forgiveness, if he has an issue. So I think you just try to keep track position. You can give up a few spots, trying to be conservative if you want, but don't lose too much track position getting dirty air. As we ride along with the Coca-Cola pace car cam here, the cars come around turn 3.
Like I said, timeline. Green flag moved up to 3:01. Yeah, that really made a difference.
Pressure through the windshield.
It's 4:33 on the East Coast. I think it's 3:30 local time at Michigan.
Pace car getting ready to head on the pit road.
And what on the day where Bubba Wallace will get his second career win. We're underway. Green flag.
Official starter, and they have waved the green flag. We're underway.
Junior, you got to get better at that. Junior on play-by-play is like Junior on road courses. Thought Logano was going to send Bubba off into turn 1 and end his race early.
Trying to get the outside.
Logano to the outside of Bell. They're 3 wide for second. That's good for Bubba.
That put Christopher Bell in the middle. He went to the outside. Now it's
Reddick shoots to the middle, 3 wide for third.
Outside.
They just started.
Good aggression there from Tyler.
Hey, Joe, you gonna duck Bubba for the
I thought he was about to going into turn 1.
Fuck.
Reddick's going to be fast. Reddick, remember, he should have won California. He dominated there. Excuse me. Bubba, Logano, and Reddick.
About the arrow wake and how you want to step out of line to get downforce to make a pass. Another thing we're talking about, these cars naturally...
You know, Chris, I'm torn. I want to see Bubba win one legit and watch the Boomers get even more mad, but if he wins another rain-shortened one, too, it'll be funny. Because I can buy another shirt.
Got to help his teammate. Oh, tries to get back in line. Larson has Phil.
How about I make a new rule? I'll buy race win shirts for rain-shortened wins only.
Clear the 8. 3 and 4. Reddick still on that outside down the front straightaway. Will that momentum help?
Michael McDowell's 9th. He started 14th. He's in the top 10.
Some side drafting here today.
Eric Jones 8th.
This racetrack, but that side drafting not quite as significant, not quite as big of a tool as we've used in the past with this new next-gen car.
There's a ton of...
Yeah, Ty Gibbs started 11th. He's only dropped to 13th. Noah started 12th. He's 14th.
Which is a 2-mile racetrack, but 2 completely different kind of racetracks, different surfaces. The first time all the cars been on the track at the same time. Drivers are learning right now as much as they possibly can to relay that information to the team.
And there will be a caution at lap 20.
In their car, Steve, to be better.
We talked a lot about the Toyotas. Martin Truex Jr., that 43 right behind him. Eric Jones, he's had a pretty solid weekend as well. Dave Allens and Eric.
Austin Dillon, 31st. Where's Tyler Reddick? Oh, yeah, 3rd.
A nice combination. I think
I don't care that it's early.
Each and every week.
That's not a good look.
Pre-race, you know, a Michigan native, he would love to win here, if anywhere, to make the playoffs. See at the bottom.
Chase Elliott, 19th. He's dropped a few spots since the green flag.
Laps away. Some guys are going to be sad it came out because their cars are great. Other guys are going to be so thankful they can start working on it.
Look at this clusterfuck. 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th.
It's a very strategy-driven race, and fuel mileage will...
Oh, Noah wrecks as hard as Austin Dillon did here last year.
Alert from NASCAR, you're going to have a comp yellow. How do you change your strategy?
Well, I think it really comes down to fuel windows, and when I look at this one at lap 20, it really doesn't help you a whole lot. You would take less fuel at the end of stage 1, which could help the speed of your pit stop a little bit. But I think if you have track position, you might stay out. I think there's a pretty big chunk of the field that won't even come down at lap 20.
If I can make the first stage without pitting, I'm going to do it.
Eric Jones on the top. That's 16 this week. Driver rotation. That's Noah Gragson this week for Colleague Racing.
And I don't care what it takes. Bubba's team, Booty Barker, track position. If you have to give up a stage win to get the track position back at the start of the next stage or the third stage, do that.
But not the raw
stage wins will get you nothing. You're too far back in points. You got to win.
So I'd say a pretty good start.
Ooh, see Almirola get taught?
The 10 car, tried to get right to the 16 car, lost the car, went up the racetrack, gained his momentum back much better than I thought he was going to.
On the second Trackhouse car, here comes the 99. He's chasing his teammate through the field.
Speaking of Trackhouse, Parker's
damn
on the 1 car.
Look how far Suarez drove off into turn 3 there.
So many positions here, guys, and before the race, he told us he was going to do just that. He said, "You're gonna watch the 1 car pass a bunch of cars, go to the front," and it's so fascinating because so many drivers and teams told me how hard it is to pass these cars. You just saw it there, Eric Almirola struggling and losing the nose right when he got in the wake of that car in front of him. But for whatever reason, Ross Chastain, Trackhouse,
welcome to Michigan since the repave.
are able to pass cars. It's just fascinating to watch them be able to work the air.
Hey, next time we start repaving tracks, can we not be so good at repaving them?
Around the racetrack, let's listen to some 18 radio.
3 and 4 is really good. 1 and 2 just loses the nose just before.
You can see how good he is off 3 and 4.
Super tight through there.
It's hard to make passes on the bottom. You got to pass guys on the outside most of the time.
Racetrack and the other is the wind. The wind yesterday was a straight tail.
As much as I've always hated Kyle, I can't believe have somebody just like here. I'll pay a little more than what you want.
Today the flags are basically laying right down. I don't see much wind at all. So I think that's going to change the balance.
I figure Gene Haas would probably kill to have Kyle Busch in the 41.
They expect us to get.
But Kyle would rather stay at Gibbs for less money, he's already said.
It's been a while since Kyle Busch won.
Bubba's drove off and left him by second. Man, can we just not throw that comp yellow? Can we just run the stage out because Bubba's got a fucking second lead now?
Best about maybe getting another win this year.
Logano's fading.
Richmond, where Kyle has so many wins, and honestly, here. He said, I think that's one of the best cards that we've had in a number of weeks. For us, it's just keeping the race together and putting together those last couple of runs. Much like the teammate Martin Truex Jr., they've had speed. They need to finish all 200 laps.
Come on, Kyle, follow the 8.
Tyler Reddick to the inside of Logano for second place down here in
Hey, Reddick into second.
Easily clearing the 22. Shell.
Bell dives in on Kyle Busch.
Logano struggling just a little bit.
Wow, look at the speed Bell has through that corner. What the hell?
See if he moves down here,
Ain't going to work out, though. This car's going to line up and go right by him. Oh, Joey's got trash on the grill.
Losing all that speed.
Yeah. I knew when them cars trained up off the corner, they were going to go right back by Bell. Back by Bell. That's some alliteration for you. The word of the day is alliteration. Yeah, cheating Toyotas. They must have put a lot of tape on Bubba's car to be running that good. Shame on them. God, I'm thirsty. You see, I'm thinking about, like I said, I want to watch Raw tomorrow night, but I figure you'll be playing GTA, so I'll just record Raw and watch it after and skip commercials. But for a while, when we first got these DVRs, when I was still in denial about not liking wrestling much anymore, I was like, oh yeah, I'll record SmackDown, Raw, NXT, and AEW Dynamite, and I'll watch them throughout the week. I didn't fucking watch any of that shit. My DVR filled up so fast with shit that I wasn't watching. And just a few months ago, I went through and set them to not record anymore. But now I'm thinking about maybe I should start recording Raw and SmackDown again because it looks pretty good. Triple H is making me a happy man.
Can't buy back.
Can't go back, Bob.
You're going against the constitutional rights.
We're going against the constitutional rights, everybody. Why don't you guys get some fucking PS5 so you can play GTA with us?
Please.
I've been on YouTube for 6 years and still ain't got nobody to play GTA with.
Easy monies.
I'll make you a very rich man in GTA. I made a fucking $1 million just today. And I barely played.
NASCAR Drive is your live race day companion. Get access to high-definition in-car cameras.
Gonna have a caution here and 6 laps.
Alternate camera angles and customize your viewing experience with multi-camera view.
Man, Chris, are you talking? Do you play on Series X or Xbox One? What are you playing on? Because I don't want to have to start over. I've built an empire. I'm going to be level 500 probably by the end of the week because they're doing triple money on one of my favorite game modes, triple money and triple RP. Logano has faded to 8th during the commercial. He got the trash off the grill. Larson up to 4th. I got money on the 5 and the 19. 4th and 7th.
When I talked to crew chief Paul Wolf before the race, they said it was tight in practice and they took an absolutely huge.
Why would they run a street race in Indianapolis when they already run a road course in Indianapolis?
It's turning out to be too big. It just can't do anything with how free their rear is, Marty.
Well, I got an Xbox One 2, but I don't want to start over in GTA. I had an Xbox One 2. I have an Xbox One as well. Chase is out to lunch here. 17th, 18th. They started 15th or 16th, I think.
Talking about spotter Eddie DeHaan, but then he comes through clear, Steve, at times as well. So I don't know where you really start to diagnose that issue.
This bump draft down the back, Elliott to Suarez.
Issue with the rain earlier today.
That's absolutely always your concern. When you think about rain, your radios are your number one concern. Moisture gets in all the connections.
Bubba's got a 1.7 second lead. And we're going to ruin that with a caution here in a couple laps, and he'll get fucked on pit road and never get the lead back. How much you want to bet?
The racetrack, they sprayed some of that compound on there to add a little grip. We didn't see
I think
a
it
lot of
should
movement
stay
in the
green,
Xfinity
but
Series
they're
race.
forced to pit.
But early
Like I said,
on,
this is
guys,
Larson's
tough
first
drivers coaching up a lane.
low downforce, high horsepower race at Michigan in 4 years.
We didn't hear that at all yesterday. There was no comment about loose. Made those adjustments. Now went too far.
William Byron's a big mover. He's 11th.
But that's going to hurt the center. That's been the problem. Really, we've heard a lot of the
Blaney and Bowman are 22nd, 23rd. They're out to lunch. Goddamn, they're running up back there with Custer. That's how you know they're doing bad. The Dillon brothers are running right where they started, right with each other.
Steve, you talked about that resin. I'm hearing that across all my cars, including Tyler Reddick, currently in second place. The team just
Damn, RCR's got a championship contender with Reddick this season. RCR ain't had a championship contender since 2013.
Pretty early on this race, as you mentioned. We didn't quite see that yesterday, but maybe these cup cars are coming in quickly.
Practice, we saw the 18 and a few guys actually run up there intentionally to see if there was grip there and make a little time as the battle right here for second between Reddick and Kyle.
You know, if my parlay was still alive, I'd be feeling really good about today.
Kyle and Kyle's future ride.
It's kind of normal, but look at the 18. He's got his right sides in that darker area, and it's not hurting him. Much like we showed earlier with the arrow. Oh, he gets tight on exit, though. You see Reddick's going to pull away.
Hate to see
Not
that.
yet.
And the 5's thinking, I got you. Here I come.
So let's see what Kyle Larson can do as he drives to the bottom.
It don't matter.
See what Kyle Busch is able to do on the outside. Able to go back to the throttle so much quicker than Larson when he pinned on the bottom.
Fuck. Sorry, guys.
All right, so I like the speed, but make a little note. You're going to run up the track a little bit.
There will be a caution next time. I'm guessing when the top 10 cross, they'll probably throw it.
Also make a note, Kyle Busch pretty good on the long runs as well.
Everybody's still on the lead lap.
He lost all that ground.
Cup is so competitive, they've run 20 laps and they ain't even lapped the last place car. That's how competitive Cup is now.
2, but 3 and 4, pretty good. Coming to the caution here pretty soon, but he would love to get second before that happens.
I think when the car's tighter, you want to try to, traditionally move up the racetrack even more to try to find a way to get that right rear to move around. But also, we know that it's progressive banking, so you can put that left front lower, kind of de-wedge the car some down in the bottom of 1 and 2. Some options at this racetrack.
Throw it before Bell gets by Larson.
Side by side,
Damn it.
Off into turn 1. Larson and Christopher Bell trying to fight.
Gotta wait till most of the lead lap cars cross the line. And we have a caution, and I think Bell was just ahead of Larson for 4th.
Before that caution came out.
Bubba, Reddick, Kyle Busch, Bell, and
A
Larson.
few guys, Steve, are probably going to stay out on the racetrack. We know we see some that
If I'm Bubba, I'm staying out. That car's handling good.
Yeah, so when I look at the math, right?
It's all about gas.
On fuel, so you can run these 45 laps.
You can pretty much run these 45 without pitting.
The concern is, if you need more than 15 gallons, when you take 4 tires, you are waiting on fuel. You will lose spots.
Yeah, that's the hard
It
part.
really comes down to how many you think are going to pit. If you think everyone's coming, you're going to come just to keep fuel in the
You're
tank.
coming?
You put some tires on, fuel in the tank, make some adjustments.
Everybody loves to come.
Here is, if you're these leaders,
They're starting it again.
work so hard. We've talked about how track position is important. They
I made that joke last night in my Xfinity stream and said, who's going to say it? Are they coming?
We'll just stay out, get some track position. You hate to be wrong being the leader.
Can you judge by what everybody in their pit stall's doing as far as tires on the wall? Is there a few bluffs, anything like that going on?
I'm watching pit crews. I'm scanning everyone. Even with these code words, you can sometimes tell just in the inflection on their voice what they really mean, right? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Bubble led every
FedEx Cup playoffs.
Yeah, Bubba leads wire to wire.
It's taking the PJ
And then it rains.
to get to that point. Now it's going to take a lot more. FedEx Cup playoffs.
Dale Jr., once again, his voice goes up at the end of every sentence.
Peacock.
Peacock. See? Listen to his voice at the end of every sentence.
He's been hitting the ball so good. Had that disappointment.
I'm Dale Jr.
Across the pond,
And
it's gonna be hard to beat.
welcome to NASCAR.
The fuck does
On
Kyle
NBC.
Petty got to do with
The
this?
fuck does Kyle Petty have to do
Great
with it?
shots there.
You see him at the t-shirt?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about ordering just because.
Yeah, I want one of them shirts.
This is
It looks like everyone's busy, like everybody's going to come.
Well, let's skip work and go to North Wilkesboro on the 31st and support him.
See if somebody decides to get.
If I go, I'm gonna wear my.
There you go.
Hey, I told you should have stayed out.
I didn't believe you.
Now that Bubba's lost the lead, I'm like, yep, should have stayed out. I'd have stayed out.
Second in that queue is Tyler Reddick.
It's a split decision. The field's almost split in half, it seems like. The competitive cars. Yeah, it's really not his call. Yeah, they should have stayed out. Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, nailed his pit stop, made the first car off pit road. Reddick did gas only, or just 2 tires?
As we mentioned, just the worst part for him is it gets tighter as the corner goes.
Bubba kind of spins the wheels, but he's the first car out.
Bubba Wallace in the Toyota, 2 tires for those guys.
Yep, Bubba first. McDowell gained 4 spots with a 2-tire stop. Oh, he did none. See, that's why you should have just stayed out. If you're just going to pit for 2, why didn't you just stay out? So now Bubba's guys have lost their track position, and I don't trust that they can get it back because they've shown this year that they struggle to get track position back. Michael, you're just now noticing how crazy it is to see the comments on a Facebook post about Bubba winning the pole.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I knew it was going to be bad. I love how ever since Trump came along, it's just like totally okay for people to just be outwardly racist. Like, people used to kind of not, I mean, you'd have racist people, of course, but they were a little more low key. But as soon as that jackass came along, now it's just like, fuck it, be hateful, be racist, say outlandish shit. It's acceptable to be a racist piece of shit by a percentage of the population. Just so openly hateful about it. Most easily led people on the face of the fucking earth. Is it sad that NXT is now the 3rd best show in WWE because Raw and SmackDown are turning the corner? Show Gigi Dolan. Damn, she's not in this commercial. Oh, there she was. The camera was all focused on Mandy Rose, but what do I always say? Well, fuck Mandy Rose. Get out of the way. Yeah. The arguments against Bubba are about as flimsy as Cora Jade's skateboard. There's a wrestling joke for you.
Did you see the one that I put in the shit posted page?
About what?
About the dude that said Bubba's not even black, he's an Oreo. People just think he's black.
He's an Oreo. Yeah, Chris, I call it NXT 3.0. There's Austin Hill making his cup debut.
Tyler, first see right here, Tyler Reddick jumping off.
Uh-oh.
This pit box. Cody Ware slows down.
Oh.
His first start. Austin Hill does not get slowed down quick enough, runs into the back.
Is the 33 okay? Them cars are durable. Oh, he's fine.
I think he was still coming into his stall.
So, Bell, Eric Jones, Truex, Hamlin, Noah Gragson, William Byron, Kevin Harvick, Chris Buescher, Daniel Suarez, Yaley, Custer, they stay out.
Field lined up 2x2 coming around turn 3 and 4.
Be real interesting.
Had about 12 cars stay out.
Collins staying out. 11 of them stayed on the racetrack, got that track position.
11 cars stayed out. See, I would have stayed out. I like staying out here. This puts the 23 in a bad spot. Puts Larson in a bad spot. Reddick as well.
We're back under green here in stage 1 in Michigan.
21 to go in the first stage. It'll be a really hyper-competitive race with this group up here now, I think. Although Bill and Truex were the best cars in these first few.
Pretty even. Oh, look at that.
Oh, boy. Big stack up. Oh, wreck. Cindric, Kyle Busch, Almirola. Big crash. Harrison Burton. I told you. I told you to stay out.
The chaos on the start.
Yeah.
Huge.
I hope Cindric's okay. I told you to stay out.
Massive hit. Austin Cindric drops the window.
Remember when I said stay out? And I think J.J. Yaley caused that wreck.
How many
Big damage to
consecutive
the 18
bad
cars.
finishes in that
I
night?
hope so.
God, Kyle Busch is screwed.
Career longest streak, not finishing inside the top 10.
That's a DNF.
Looks like the left front tie rod's broken.
Yeah, that's
A lot more than the left front tie rod's broken. I think Yaley started that. I think he got loose.
Well, you can see
Or somebody got him loose.
They knew they had a car that could win this race today, and looks like it's
Well, my 2 picks are still alive. My parlay died yesterday, so Kyle being out doesn't hurt my feelings.
They'll need to repair.
Just think, if Briscoe doesn't wreck Reddick at Bristol, this would have major implications. Cindric's getting out of his car.
I know he's frustrated, but
8 feet tall. Look how long his legs are. He's like Slender Man.
the whole thing
I didn't know Slender Man was a race car driver.
His car kind of was slow. I'm not sure what happened. Big damage to the tank.
Yeah, I think Latart's putting together that Yaley caused it. Another J.J. Yaley classic. Ask Mark Martin about that.
Let's go back and see what happened.
McDowell's got big damage.
God, that happened right there.
I know. When I saw Yaley get sideways, I thought Bubba was done.
Just in the middle of 3 wide. McDowell's going to check up and then.
Right behind Bubba was the 15, who just stopped in the center of the corner and got run over. He got loose, then got hit by McDowell, and it set off this mess.
The 10 spins up and
God damn, Cindric hit hard.
Again to see how the 10
I don't know how that's not a concussion when Kurt Busch's wreck was.
Contact with the with another car, not the 15, but move back here to the.
Oh, the Yaley Classic. That's why you should have stayed out.
15 right there.
You stay out, you don't get stuck behind the fucking 15. The 15 stayed out. With a car that slow, they stayed out.
Being turned head on into the wall like that.
And Rick Ware's checkbook takes a massive hit.
Restart here, not full speed. These are still tremendous hits for these guys.
God,
Look at Ty.
Oh,
That's Saber Mary.
Kyle Busch got it bad too, but Cindric got the worst of it.
How effective that is.
Chase Elliott just barely made it through. I think he made it through clean. Stenhouse got stopped, it looks like.
Avoiding that impact.
Yaley's car just took off up the track, and then he tried to catch it.
Down there, see the 15.
McDowell did all he could to stay off him.
Getting into each other. Watch Chase Elliott.
McDowell did everything he could to stay off of him. Woo, Chase!
Right there to Miss Harrison Burton.
Let's ride on board with Chase trying to work his way through all this.
Yeah, Gibbs made it through. Yeah, look where Ty Gibbs is when this happens. Oh!
Back, down,
Oh.
down. Keep rolling. Made up. Good.
I always love watching from an onboard.
Let that be a wake-up call to Booty Barker of the 23 team.
Back to the side.
Because they were just in front of that. Stay out. Track position. I don't care what the strategy, whatever it takes. Track position.
What I mean by that, you think they just want to get on the brakes. That's not it at all. On the gas, off the gas, and then if you think you have a hole, you kind of gun it to try to get through the wreck.
Yeah, great way to get in a wreck is just jump in the brakes. And then you don't have control of the car anymore. Oh, look at that. That's just head on for Cindric.
Sure, Kyle Busch's interview will be about how they should have stayed out, like I said.
Cautions breed cautions, and we've had a hard wreck.
You want to hear a dumb tweet?
Sure.
Hey, Jeff Gluck, the last I knew, Michigan's in the United States, not Canada. NASCAR and their politically correct BS again, because they played the Canadian anthem before the race. And then Jeff Gluck said they've been playing both anthems at Michigan, New Hampshire, and Watkins Glen for as long as I can remember. It's a simple nod to the many fans who travel to those races from Canada. Maybe find something else to be mad about. Fucking dumbass. I think they should get that guy with the kazoo lately on YouTube to play the final countdown before every race. You ain't never seen the kazoo lately? Gee, see, these people are so dumb. We can't even be friends with Canada anymore, Dylan. Politically correct BS. Canada is the country we should aspire to be. But we can't be friends with them anymore. Another J.J. Yaley classic to add to the crash compilation. One of those same 4 channels that puts out the same videos as each other all the time can get on that, MMCS or whoever the fuck wants to keep making the same videos with the same clips over and over and copying other channels. Hey, I was told on Facebook that Bubba wouldn't even lead a lap today. He led about 20. But I know these people can't count. So it probably didn't even register to them that he led more than one lap. They keep that car in shape and play the right strategy, he'll lead a lot more. Canada is a nice apartment above a meth lab. I think I've seen that on Facebook before. The U.S. is the meth lab in the basement, and Canada is the really nice apartment that's above it. Oh, they do both anthems at Bills games. Fucking NFL and their fucking woke bullshit. September 8th, Bills and Rams. About a month away. We're getting there. The preseason really kicks off Thursday.
39 days.
39 days till actual NFL football. Falcons Saints. Gonna get the shit beat out of us right off the bat. There's Kyle Busch riding the wagon.
The official app of NASCAR and follow the
I love it because you can look at him and tell how he
cameras
feels
and
about
radio
something.
broadcast.
That's gonna be a meme. The way he's sitting on the back of that fucking thing.
And a completely ad-free experience. Search NASCAR.
He's got his helmet on because safety first, you know.
Start a free trial.
Got to take the mandatory trip to the care center, Kyle.
NASCAR Cup Series racing here in Michigan, presented by Golden Corral. As we watch one of the drivers involved in the latest accident head to the
Them Stenhouse in the garage. What happened?
Ricky Stenhouse climbing out of his car. There's a list of the drivers.
They had to get beat on the damaged vehicle policy, right?
I use that NASCAR mobile app to get Kyle Busch out of my lineup.
One of the drivers that we saw sort of in the very beginning stages of this accident, J.J. Yeley. Let's listen to some in-car radio from the 50.
They're going to say they got run over by the 34.
Let's push up the racetrack and off the gas, and they just got bounced around from there. I saw it.
Yeah, maybe you guys shouldn't have stayed out there and got up there with the competitive cars and caused this fucking crash. You ever think of that?
First has to kind of come out of the
It's totally stupid and irresponsible for this team to even put that car that close to the front. It's stupid. You're not competitive. You're not fast. You're going to get in the way and cause shit like this. You should have just fucking dropped to the rear. What are you going to gain running 15th, 20 laps into a race that you're not even going to finish on the lead lap in?
I just don't think this was the correct approach for this 15 car.
Duh.
Put 'em up in the mix.
Steve Letart's right. He just said exactly what I said. Just said it way nicer.
Get to the end of stage one. You weren't going to
That's the 15 car's fault. That's that team's fault.
Let him be at the back of the pack.
Should have been at the back.
That's not against J.J. Yeley. That's just where we see this 15 car normally run. I just hate that they put that on.
No need to try to. It's
restart right up here.
With 10 or 15 to go, sure, but at this point in the race, when you're driving a car like that, stay in the fucking back.
Showed in practice.
You're just going to get in the way.
You know, they feel like that this car made
You ruined a lot of good cars and drivers' days.
And we're going to get in there and mix it up. Let's listen to some 2 radio.
45 did apologize. He got us a little bit, but there wasn't nothing he could have done. It was really...
Wow, somebody actually telling their driver that somebody hit them by accident instead of hopping them up and saying they did it on purpose.
Oh, good. Yeah, this is frustrating, but...
You want to talk about frustrating? You know, people ask all the time, Dale, you missed driving. Steve, you missed crew chiefing. Last week, 3
I don't think you could pay Dale Jr. to ever get in a cup car again as hard as these hits are.
Michigan, and all 3 involved in an accident, 2 of which won't even get the chance to continue.
I like how the safety concerns about this car that we heard about that NASCAR said wasn't true turned out to be absolutely true.
Michigan, we get the track cleaned up, get ready for a restart after this.
Another long caution to wait for the rain to get there. Christopher Bell is your leader. A car that has no business even being on the fucking racetrack got up there and wrecked a bunch of good cars. A car and driver that really don't belong out there.
He just did what everybody says Bubba does.
Yeah. Give Cindric a fucking concussion test tomorrow. Hey, is Triple H going to rehire her because she was there for a minute? I think he should rehire her. Ross Chastain in every interview. Iceberg tweeted that. That's funny. Kyle Busch fans today.
I'm telling you, this is all I can take. Somebody please put me
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
I miss Jeff
I can
Hammond.
imagine Kyle Busch fans are really feeling some pain.
Y'all ready to watch football here in a few weeks? I am. I'd watch football today, actually, if I could. I got to make sure my little perfectly legit way to stream games to watch works, because I want to watch the Falcons preseason game this week. I can't remember when they play. I don't know if it's Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. A former friend of mine always made the best NASCAR YouTube videos on things like that. Nixon. He would do like races they want to forget, shit like that. And then everybody else who got editing software came along and started stealing his videos. Ryan Holman. That guy's a jack off.
On USA is brought to you by
Oh, Holman.
Ford.
I think that was his name, right? Ryan Holman.
And by Applebee's. Help us crush childhood cancer.
You know what's amazing about NASCAR racing now? The infield gets more full than the stands. The stands make you think, damn, what kind of a weak draw. But then you look in the infield and see all the campers and shit, and it's fucking packed.
Hard hit, kind of calamity, a chain reaction. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know what all started. All I saw
J.J. Yaley happened. That's all you need to know.
Just everything stacked up. I got tagged in left rear, shoved me up the racetrack, and then got turned head on into the fence. So, yeah, it looks like the 15 just got loose, stacked everybody up, and
Keselowski made it through that.
not Ty's fault, just everyone stacking up. But obviously a pretty massive hit to the outside wall I had on. Glad to be okay. It just feels like such a waste to do all this and run a couple laps and finish last. So pretty unfortunate. Hate for the guys and the team. Just got tired, everybody.
That's Austin Cindric. We'll get a word with Kyle Busch, who was also a part of that heavy wreck. He has been released from the care center.
Hey, Kyle.
What happened there? Can you tell us?
I just was trying to bide my time and knew we weren't going to necessarily need to be in a hurry there to get points for the end of that stage. It was going to be a 40-lap run, and there was going to be plenty of time up there with our car. We had a really fast interstate batteries Camry, and it was looking really good for the day, and obviously not a good result. So just got squeezed between the 10 spinning and myself and the fence. So just don't get it, man. Just can't buy a break right now.
What's the level of frustration? You said you can't buy a break.
I hate when they ask these dumbass questions.
1 out of 10, infinity.
That is Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch with another meme-worthy quote.
A string of 8 finishes outside the top 10 for the driver.
Now he's talking. Now he's got to talk to fucking Claire from Sirius Radio there.
Here where he's not had any
Sure, he's thrilled about that.
Longest of his career, but he's had fast cars. I mean, he's been
He made that interview short.
running well at a lot of these races and nothing to show for it.
Remember, this all stemmed
Somebody
from
signed
the
that
competition
man.
yellow. And cars deciding to stay on the racetrack, and cars deciding to pit.
We need more winners to knock him out.
Cycled the field all up. The 18 was running near the front. He had to get in the back after that choice to come to pit road, and now caught up in a wreck. Now,
We need Truex and Blaney to win.
after the fact to think what we could have, should have, maybe done, but
And we're going to have 13 to go.
he just. I don't think he did anything wrong. His luck is just not where.
Bell, Eric Jones, Truex, and Hamlin.
Field down into turn 3.
Noah Gregson 6.
They're doubled up with 1 to go. Again, Christopher Bell, Eric Jones on the front row.
How would you feel if Noah won?
Right behind him here, Denny Hamlin with Coca-Cola can.
If only that were actually possible.
Fourth place, William Byron.
It's okay, he'll be driving the 42 next year. I don't think he's ever going to win if he gets in the 4. That's why I'm like, yeah, give Noah the 42. Go ahead, yeah. That's the cup ride he's going to get. Sure, I'm fine with that.
Still in stage 1 here.
Come on, Eric
Lap
Jones.
32. 14 to go, 13 to go now.
Eric Jones win would be
Back
awesome.
underway.
We need an Eric Jones win. Preferably a Bubba win,
Playoff
though.
point for that 20.
The 2-car tandem.
Racing hard here to try to win.
Truex
this
to
stage.
Jones, Hamlin to Bell. Damn. The fucking Toyotas from that point of the corner on look like the Junior Motorsports cars yesterday.
As we see this car go to
3 wide for 4th.
the line
That's
change.
Willie B.
What line do you want to be in for the restarts? The outside, the inside?
Bell, Hamlin, and Jones get away. Logano sends it off into 3 to the inside of Buscher.
Through turn 2.
Look at Bubba.
Bubba, through them Toyotas, man, through the center off. They're just backing the gas earlier, carrying more speed, but he ain't got no draft help, so Bubba's about to get passed by like 4 or 5 cars here on the straightaway. Got some help coming. Oh, he cuts up in front of the 1, who then goes to his inside.
I didn't think that was a great move.
I'm a Junior.
Good track position here.
Now Reddick.
Junior just said he didn't think it was a great move for the 23 to pit when they did. I didn't either.
Steve, you said this 19 car was going to be hard to beat today.
It's just, he's been so close. Toyotas are so fast. We just knew there was going to be some question mark, right? It wasn't going to be straightforward, and that veteran savvy I thought was going to pay off for Truex.
Well, the speed he has in his car also, just to be able to roll up on the outside and push her like that. It's just a power move.
Marty, what you got on this 19?
So Junior talking to James Small this morning. He said that competition caution lap 20 was a gift. He said
there was a big wreck, and both my picks were not in it. So it's a good day so far. Yeah, nobody made it through that wreck.
It even went green. So Steve, he said it was a no-brainer. They were going to stay, keep all that track position. So far, he's able to hang on to it, sitting there in fifth. Parker.
And Marty, for his teammate Christopher Bell in the 20 car currently leading, it was a gift as well to get this track position. He had fallen a little bit back at the start of this race, but this team is looking, as you mentioned, Steve, for those bonus points. They want that playoff point for winning the state, and they want those points because he's in the position.
So Bubba's team played a dumb strategy, and they're 15th now.
It's making me wonder about Truex.
Points and maybe all the way up to catch his
Wow.
teammate Martin Truex Jr. So this team over the next 4 races told me they are focused on getting those bonus points. He might be able to get that here in stage 1.
You love the way Chastain drives. I do too, but Jeff Burton sure doesn't.
William working in that outside line.
Truex 4th.
I would not hate it if Ross didn't go either.
The way these Toyotas are able to just clear guys in the center of the corner. That's why they're so fast.
Down the front straightaway.
They're better than everybody else at a part in the racetrack where nobody else can make a pass.
Chase 16, Bubba 15.
Yeah, like I said, Bubba's 15th is their stupid strategy, and that's where they're at now. That is where they're at the end of the stage. Everybody's going to pit. So congratulations. Your strategy put him in fucking 15th. 23 team throws away another one.
It's Bubba's fault.
I'm sure everybody
No
will.
other excuses.
Sure, everybody will say that.
I talked to crew chief Dave Ellens this morning.
Hell, Larson's in the same boat. He's not even top 10 now because they pitted when they did.
Right now, there's 4 races left. A lot of people would peg you guys as Daytona being the one you circled. And he said, surprisingly, it is actually Michigan.
Ward Burton would have had a lot to say about J.J. Yaley in that wreck just now. He was all up in the way all goddamn day.
Here after the speed.
Damn lap car.
Currently, Eric Jones in the 3rd position.
He said that.
Yeah. It's a Ward, what happened? Oh, the damn lap car. He was up there in the goddamn way all damn day.
Restarted 19th, got a little break, not getting caught up in that calamity. Now he's taking these 4 fresh tires and driven back up to 7th.
Hey, you saw Michael Kyle Busch was my parlay.
Yeah, Ross
just going to be a little bit fortunate.
Yeah.
Vivian's stacked up 3 wide and 2 wide. The 12 is right on his door. Look at this move right here.
Woo!
Squeezes. I was thankful the 42.
God almighty, Ross. I didn't even see that when that happened.
42 and the 41, but Chastain.
And look, still carried the run down the backstretch.
Bulldogs his way through there and continues to run.
And that mentality right there, instead of pushing the 8, a lot of guys would have pushed the 8 car. He goes around him. He gets around. He says, I'm not going to push this guy. I'm going to take this run and do something with it. Parker.
Remember his conversation with myself earlier today when during the rain delay, he said,
I really like Jeff Burton at RCR, Chris.
because that's how you pass. So I
From 06 to 08, he was really competitive again.
getting all these they don't qualify that well. When everyone says it's so hard, he says,
He won Texas, he won Bristol, he won the fall race at Charlotte in 2008.
But that is how you make passes in this car.
Burton had a strong run at a championship one of those years, if I remember correctly.
In the first 5 laps of this race, Ross Chastain is
In his last couple years at RCR, he kind of meandered around.
where the other drivers have to decide whether there's going to be contact or he gets position, and so far it's going his way.
Statistically, there's nobody better at restarts in the sport. Right?
Everybody that stayed out is in better shape, except for Ross Chastain, because he bulldozed through the field, and he's still making passes here with 5 to go.
The draft up actually pushed Christopher away. Down the
Chris, I liked Jeff Gordon in the booth at first, but it's like he got worse and worse the more comfortable he got. When Jeff first got in the booth, I liked him.
Good luck in the race to Chris Buescher. As a part of that car, his foundation, supporting the 17 car this weekend. I thought that was pretty cool. Look at this. You like it. I mean,
I saw boomers complaining about that. Woke bullshit. LeBron James on a fucking NASCAR race car. That's woke bullshit.
Wishing Chris Buescher luck. Hopefully
There were complaints about that. Once again, it's always they complain the loudest when it's somebody that's black.
Again with the run on the 17. Again, going to push him. They should be in position.
But they'll say they're not racist, but it's funny how they always just complain about anything that has to, anything involving a black person is woke bullshit, I guess.
Well, William Byron,
Junior keeps saying Christopher Busher.
Christopher Busher.
He's done it like 3 times. I thought he was going to stop.
Well, that's technically his name.
He was
Yeah,
smart.
but
He
it's
knew he could get that done, so he rolled him behind the 24 rather than allowing Chastain to get on the
Where's
outside.
the lie?
King James feeling happy.
Tony Stewart's great in the boot. Jamie McMurray, Chad Canales, and Tony Stewart were like the 3 biggest revelations this year. Man, they're good in the booth. I said, well, McDowell, I see he's still running after that wreck. Don't know why, as slow as that car looked. Damn. Slingshot, buddy. And then he's going to try to push the 24 to get side by side with the 17 to bog them down so he can pass both of them. Didn't work, though. 17 cleared the 24 by a mile.
And he's showing that speed right now, Jeff, up there in the 5th spot.
Yeah, tons of confidence from his car owner, Brad Keselowski. Chris Buescher doing a good job all year long.
How about that draft? It was like turbo.
I don't like the grain on the car. But
Looks like a John Deere car.
yeah,
That was impressive what
I feel like
Chastain
it's
was doing to
weirdly
sort of create
designed.
that.
So the guy that was furthest back gained the most spots here on this run of everybody that pitted. So for Ross, it's great.
Can he clear the 24 car off into turn 1?
I wish them clouds would go away. I just know it's going to rain again.
Out there through turns 1 and 2.
And we're not even halfway to halfway.
Down that light line. Here comes Harvick. Chastain, there's no banking down there. To get your car to work down there is very difficult. You can see how he lost momentum down the back straightaway. Harvick saw it. Trying to take advantage of it. Now he goes to the bottom.
Chastain now again to the high side will have a good run on the 24 car here. Down the front straightaway. Without the help, though, behind
Last lap of the stage. Bell's got a 1.2 second lead on Hamlin.
Draft a little bit here. And again,
Thought Ross was going to break into the top 5, but he got bogged down on the inside. Slider. Slider. Not there, not there, not there. Oh! Byron got tight on exit. That gave Ross another chance.
24 to give up a little throttle there.
Who's Harvick going to follow? This is going to make or break this path. Harvick's going to follow the 1.
Through turns 3 and 4.
Just enough of a push from Harvick.
Sailing a second half.
And Christopher Bell wins stage 1
He's going to win
because he stayed out, which was the right strategy.
The second stage win of his career. The first was stage 2.
Hamlin second, Jones third, Truex fourth, Busher 5th. Chastain 6th, Byron 7th, Harvick, Logano, and Briscoe 10th.
Top 10, 180.
And that was only stage 1. I swear it's going to rain again. We'll look at the weather. Matter of fact, we'll just do that on my computer right here.
Very unfortunate.
Oh, before I go to my Google search history, hope all the gay porn's been deleted. Did I say that out loud?
Could you imagine it? I mean, Bubba would have led every lap of the stage.
Yeah. Well, they could have. Should have fucking stayed out. But nobody ever listens to me. Okay, it looks like they'll probably get the race in. Look at it. It's like spotty, like 15-20% chance. Probably get the race in. Probably. Looks good to me. How's the radar looking? Fuck yourself. Get off my screen, Google Maps. Trying to do a live weather report here. Where's Larry McReynolds when you need him? Slight chance of rain over the next 6 hours. That's about as good as we could hope for. All right, here we go. How the radar looks for the next 6 hours. So the racetrack is somewhere around this blue dot right here. I'm assuming. Looks good. That's roughly the area the racetrack's in. I saw they showed a wide shot of a radar today, and I saw Indianapolis Motor Speedway, if you widen the radar enough, is on the same radar as Michigan. The Michigan International Speedway. They should. No wonder they had them races back to back. They're fucking right there near each other. I was shocked to see how close. I think Indy one way and Michigan this way would be like us because we're between like Darlington and Bristol. Yeah. It's kind of like that.
It's a bad time of year to go up north.
Well, it's probably cooler up there today. Just because it's cloudy.
It's fucking raining. Pocono.
Well, look, we had a Pocono weekend with no rain this year. Denny, when he found out he was disqualified, looking on Twitter after the race. Denny Tom. Boy, you think the Bubba haters are stupid. There's actually NBA fans that believe Steph Curry's better than LeBron. He got the same number of rings. Oh, man, it must have been so nice having Kevin Durant show up and teach you how to wipe your ass. Steph Curry, I don't watch basketball much, but I know enough to know that Steph Curry's the most overrated fucking player in the NBA. Get him in a close game. Check his numbers while playing from behind.
Every Wednesday at 9 a.m.
Oh, but he's better than LeBron. No, he's not. He's not even better than Kevin Durant or LeBron.
Marty Snyder. I'm a little jealous, Marty.
Glad you told me, Junior.
So now all them idiots that pitted halfway through the stage, guess what? You're outside the top 10, and now everybody's going to pit, and that's where you are.
Stage 1 is over.
Except for Ross and Logano. Ross and Logano came out of it okay. Logano's running where he was, and Ross is running way better than what he was.
Got rained on, came up to the booth, hosted the pre-race show, and I think he zipped back down to do his pit road zip line. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't miss a second.
Dude, he said zip line. They need to have a big old zip line from the broadcast booth all the way down to pit road. So like Junior or somebody can ride that fucking zip line down during the race.
See right here now. So we saw
till that shit breaks during a green flag run. You fucking land right on the front stretch.
Is now. I think it has to come because 73 laps.
You gotta come.
On the stage, so everyone has to pit. But if you don't,
23 team. You got the first pit stall. Knock this out and gain some spots on pit road. Let him do the rest.
You pit here on the green, you're losing a lap.
Yeah, in the last 3 races here at Michigan, stage 2 has went green flag, no caution. So that trend, you have to pay attention to it.
Well, Wallace pitted with the lead and only got back to 13th, so track position is going to be important.
He's in a spot to gain some ground here. They shouldn't have to wait on fuel like these other cars will.
And Michigan made it.
That was the whole idea behind pitting earlier. So
I can't do what I want in the corners, just a little bit snug. It's going to be 4 tires. They reminded us we are waiting on fuel. We have to use that fuel cell full, Parker.
And Kim for the Joe Gibbs Racing Cars, and Christopher Melda 20 and Denny Hamlin 11.
Nose is itching.
Both were just way too tight in those Toyotas. They're both going to do 4 tires and fill those cars.
Slow pit stop for Hamlin. They waited on fuel though.
Interesting comment from Martin Truex Jr. because they waited and didn't pit there early on.
Bubba gained a lot of spots. Chastain 2 tires, Larson 2, Blaney none, Bubba 2.
Take 4 tires here, so we are going to free you up a bit. It's going to be tight in traffic.
I knew they'd gain spots there because they didn't have to wait on fuel like all the 4-tire guys. Yeah, Michael, they should have a zip line from the broadcast booth down to pit road. Like if an announcer in the booth says, I want to see what's going on down there in the pits. I'll be right back. All right, we're going to send Dale Jr. down there to see what's going on. He's going to look like Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 12 on the zip line. I'm a genius. Somebody give me a fucking TV job. You're a salty Lakers fan. Oh, you should be fucking salty if you're a Lakers fan. But who has time to be a fucking basketball fan? There's 9,000 games, and I'm watching racing 10 months a year, and then football during some of that, and in the gap between racing seasons. My assistant manager at work, diehard fucking Raiders fan, who coincidentally gets to leave on Sundays like I do. So they can't say shit to me because me and him both do the same thing. He's like, yeah, we want to get out of here at like 1 o'clock on Sundays.
They're talking about Junior calling Chris Bush or Christopher Bush.
Somebody said shout out to when NASCAR actually look at that. That's in like the 90s. And then look at that. It said it said throwback to when NASCAR accidentally traveled back 20 years for 1 lap. And somebody said, well, that's not the first time I've seen that happen. It's Austin Dillon wrecking across Kyle Busch's Eminem's car. Oh, that's fucked up. I think that was at the playoff race at Charlotte in 2016. Oh no. That's like it's a Roval race, yeah. It's a Roval race. I keep forgetting to switch over to the IndyCar race during commercials just to have something to look at.
Back in Michigan under caution here at the end of stage 1. Got a lot of unique views of this racetrack from various angles. Brad Doherty's down in the pits. Brad, what you got?
Hey man, I'm hanging out down here right at pit entry, and one of the things I'm noticing, we come to this racetrack, we talk about the speed and the power, but the air is really, really heavy. It's really damp. I wonder if that hurts the horsepower. So I'm throwing this to Stevie. What's the performance disadvantage or advantages when you have weather like this?
Well, Brad, I do think it hurts the performance of the engine, not having that crisp air.
Shout out to Ty Gibbs for bringing back Victory Lane interviews last night by parking his car in Victory Lane before they could interview him.
Type of air, right? You get humid air, warm versus cold. Your drag coefficient versus your downforce changes. So you probably think, man, I really got different bad horsepower just because you're pushing.
So yeah, Ty Gibbs, Corey LaJoie stayed out.
Race car, it's getting even draggier in this humidity.
It does make downforce though. Makes the car drive a little bit better. Hurts the straightaway speed.
Did Ross stay out? Yeah, Ross stayed out too.
Coming to 1 to go.
Why not? They took 4 tires on that last stop.
Restart in. Ty Gibbs.
Everybody's got a pit during this next stage.
Right here, he's going to be the leader of this race.
Corey LaJoie is well up there in the second row. Get to see what that 7 car is today.
Yeah, we're going to see with this track positioning, guys. It is a absolute mix.
I don't know. Corey being up there makes me about as nervous as when Yaley was up there.
2 for 4 tires. Chastain just took a couple tires. Look at Blaney right here. He came.
Oh, yeah, Chastain took 2, right?
Tires.
Yeah.
He took gas only right here.
Blaney did gas
so the
only.
Cars that finished like Truex and those guys, don't assume they.
Everybody from 7th on back took 4 tires and pitted this
They
time.
had burned 45 laps worth of fuel. That takes longer to put in the car than it does to change 4 tires with a single lug. So this is going to be a rotation all day long.
Well, Blaney wasn't going anywhere back in traffic, so they went in and tried this to get him some track position. How about Ty Gibbs? This is your 3rd Cup.
Ty Gibbs is leading. Now it's definitely going to rain at halfway because Joe Gibbs will it so. They'll pray.
The guys, and he's been watching.
If Ty Gibbs wins this race because it's rain shortened, I'll be a believer again. Couple of tires.
I think he's equipped for this. He's led a lot of races.
Corey the Joy. Your autocorrect put it as Corey the Joy. Corey the Joy. That's what I'm going to call him from now on.
Field around turn 4. It's going to dive on the pit road here.
Corey the Joy.
Chastain is the guy that just won't go away.
Well, the good news for everybody, Ross is on the front row, so he can't piss anybody off while he's leading. Or so you would think. Stage 2, 70 to go. 69 to go, nice.
Opposite from the 7. He's off the 45. Here comes a big shove.
He got shoved by the 5.
Ooh.
But it was late in the corner. Chastain's going to easily.
Eric Jones trying to go 3 wide in the pack.
Oh, man.
69
I think there was a spot for the 12.
Damn. I thought Blaney was about to hook himself on Larson there.
See if he can make a move on the leader.
I'm not sure that Larson thought there was a spot for the 12 either.
Here comes Bubba.
We'll see if there's
That Toyota speed through the center. They've had it all weekend.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace went with the 7.
Eric Jones goes 4 wide to the grass to try to make a pass on Harvick and Larson.
Today, guys, he takes a couple positions there.
Big push from Bubba to Corey, though. They're 3 wide again.
Could lose a lot of momentum here.
Or LaJoie doing a good job hanging in there.
Ross and Ty driving away.
He is, but he has a little bit of a stack up behind him, right? He's in the preferred lane, running around the top there.
Larson dives into turn 3. Slides up in front of Corey. Taking away the air into downforce. Christopher Bell fits into a small hole right there in front of his teammate Dan Hamlin. They're all going to drive by this 43 on the front straightaway.
You saw Hamlin give the old, like, peek. No, don't do that. Stay back in line. This is the line that's going to go.
Now he's going to try. Now he gets
Bubba to the inside of Corey for 5th. Corey the Joy for 5th.
Corey.
Well, guys, it's good to see him run up here and be able to hold his own a little bit as he gets a little tight.
Bubba back in the top 5 finally.
Practice yesterday, that car was really tight now the racetrack, but they made some huge adjustments overnight and really threw.
Boomer's already typing. Look, Ty's out running Bubba.
Oh, he's going to the top side there a little bit, trying to.
Strategy got him up there. Oh my God, I thought Hamlin was going to spin when Bell got that close to him coming out of the corner. I thought there was no way Hamlin wouldn't spin there.
Be a cycle for the 7, right? I don't think he thought he's going to go up here and lead the race, but he was running 25th. So now he's in the 8th position. He's going to have to pit in about 15, maybe 20 more laps. So if he could just
Hamlin almost Chastained Bell there.
top 20, it's in that game, Jeff.
Used air to push him up the track and take the spot.
Really close on the left rear quarter panel of Christopher Bell, and he takes that position away as we ride on the Coca-Cola cam out the back bumper of Denny Hamlin's car. Now we're right inside with Denny driving through the corner, and it's really something I've noticed about these cars.
There's the ghost of Todd Gilliland. He's got crash damage from earlier.
Tight all week. Typically when the car's tight, you don't move the steering wheel a lot.
Larson passed Blaney.
I'm third.
In the draft. 202
Truex is 13th,
That's how big
though.
the draft is. We didn't see that top speed qualifying with a faster lap time. But here in line, you will see higher max speeds.
Back up front, Chastain.
4 cars under a blanket
Blaney all in the
for the lead.
I feel like Larson gets the lead.
Yeah.
Big run on Gibbs.
See why I picked Larson?
Front straightaway, tried to make a move on him. It didn't work into one. Got his momentum.
Ty's doing a really good job.
And now he's underneath.
Strategy got him to the top 3, but he's driving a nice car there.
Marty, what you got?
Looks pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kyle Larson trying to get second there from Ty Gibbs Jr. You're exactly right. I mean, these teams have really struggled.
And Larson is into second.
And the Chevys in general, right, with this tire change here in Michigan. Talking to Cliff Daniels this morning.
Now, look, they've got Bubba back in the top 5. They can win from there. You can win from 5th. So they're still on schedule. They'd like to be leading the race, but I was worried they threw it away already.
And should we be surprised, despite struggling in practice,
And they were only 1 spot ahead of that big wreck.
you would have liked in the 8th spot. Here he is, passing for second, trying to go for the lead on Ross Chastain.
If Bubba pulls out to make this pass on Blaney, you know Hamlin's going to go with him.
And Larson is scooting.
Yeah.
He doesn't out Ross.
There you go. Look at Ross trying to take his line away. Tight, dirty air. Look at that 5-car take off.
Can't pass.
So Larson right there trying to get under that underneath
This is going to be the
Chastain.
prime example
He lost
of
the
that.
front down for us.
You know Ross ain't going to lay over.
He went. That allowed Ty Gibbs.
Michael, you're right, Chase. I don't know what's going on with Chase today. 18th all race long.
Just having trouble making those
No worse, no better.
I think that's a good idea for him.
I thought Hamlin would try to push the 23 past the 12. Hell, he's trying to pass 23.
He's really good.
Now Bill's going to pass Hamlin, getting a draft off of Bubba.
Battle here between Toyotas down the front straightaway.
Just keep Bubba in this top 5 all day. Hang around. Anything can happen. Just got to be in that top 5 to have a chance.
Once they got to him,
These Toyotas are all definitely faster than Blaney.
that allowed this fight to get to him. They got to find.
It's like Larson's faster than Ross.
Yeah, right off the roof of that 11, you see the entire field in front
Stop
of
passing Bubba. Christopher Bell's racist.
To the inside. Will he be able to clear? He does.
Todd, that appears to be the rumor that Gregson's driving for Petty next year.
That's going to give
blocked
the 11 an opportunity
God damn it.
to get a run right behind these two. The 16 of Noah Gregson. Great car yesterday in the Xfinity Series race. Strategy didn't go his
Gregson's on 4 tires. He's 8th.
Car. You see, he started inside the top.
Keeping the seat warm for AJ to be full-time in that thing next year, hopefully.
Great run for them. And I talked to this team this morning and said, you know, what's the expectation when you have speed like this? They said
Race looks a lot more competitive than it did at the start.
just want to run all the laps.
Nobody's really that spread out in the top 10.
Self-admittedly said it's been a big adjustment.
You got a close battle for the lead, and everybody from 3rd on back's right on each other till you get to about 9th place.
Especially even with strategy, finding something in the top 10 to be able to see what it takes to run up here in the top 10 of the Cup Series racing. Guys, I just want to add on, there's a cloud cover that's come over this racetrack, and we're seeing this place get pretty racy right now. Multiple grooves opening up.
More grip.
Track down.
The track's rubbered in and it's cloudy.
A little bit more grip in places that weren't there earlier in this race.
Lemon just found some grip.
Gregson just passed Bubba off of 2. Hamlin's passing Blaney.
Denny Hamlin found it.
They're all going to parade by the 12, I think.
God, look at Noah.
Yeah, Noah's really fast right now.
Really awesome.
They got 4 tires on that last stop. And that car clearly likes a cloudy racetrack. Yeah. Oh, he ran Blaney way up the track.
Big wiggle right there.
Bubba to the inside of Blaney. This whole top 5 just trading spots. Bubba didn't have the run there. Now he's going to get passed by the 43 as well. Unless, Blaney's car's too tight. But Bubba's car got tight too. Jones going to have a big run. Blaney got way tighter than Bubba.
Flames come out the exhaust.
Yeah, Blaney doesn't have a good car. They're up here on a good strategy call.
Momentum he lost.
They're practically getting run over. I think Bell might have the best car now. Chastain's got the clean air. Larson's fast, but I think Bell's got the best car.
Chastain and Larson's
Big
doing
run
check
from Denny
now.
Hamlin coming from behind on Christopher Bell. Christopher a little bit faster than
I'd like
the
to see if
45
Larson could get
of
the
Ty
lead.
Gibbs.
Larson's fast enough to lead, but I think they're only up there because these guys are racing each other so hard from about third on back. I think Bill has the raciest car.
Great battle.
Bill and Gregson right now have the best cars. I look at who's good in traffic. Anybody can be good in the lead. But I like how Bill and Gregson's cars look in traffic. They're clearly better than everybody they're racing with. Colleague finally brought a really strong car to a cup race.
Finally.
Oh yeah, IndyCar race is on. Hey, I remembered. I bet they're on commercial. They just came back from commercial. Yay! Time to bring the action. Hey, there's where the Colts are going to beat the shit out of the Titans this year. Matty Ice will make it so.
Happens to be Jack Harvey. Jack is running in 15th place at the moment.
Yeah, this is an open wheel race. I love those open wheel races in GTA so much. It's like the closest thing you can get to legit racing in GTA.
Alex Polo, Christian Lugo, who pulled off that terrific move on Pato Award coming off the bridge. Then Joseph
Pato Award. Once again, you watch an IndyCar race and go, yep, those are some IndyCar-ass names. And when you watch NASCAR, you go, yep, those are some NASCAR-ass names. Nobody in IndyCar has a name like a NASCAR driver. Not a single fucking one, except Jimmy Johnson.
Running 24th. Last car on the lead lap.
Yeah.
Pretty easy gap between 1, 2, and 3, like you just mentioned. But then Christian
Jimmy, yeah, he's last car on the lead lap. Rossi, he's 26th. What the fuck?
A little bit, but then it's Reed past Pato Award.
Pato Award.
So I wonder what the Thirsty Threes are talking about. Let's listen in for a little radio.
I'm sorry, but NASCAR in Chicago is going to be cool. I don't care what anybody says. Just looking at this, I'm like, yeah, NASCAR in Chicago is going to be cool.
I'm not sure what that
was. Kyle Moya, the strategist. They don't have crew chiefs, they have strategists. The bridge is the best part of the track, and you have to go back across it on the other side when you go back through.
Particularly concerned. I'll tell you, in warm-up practice this morning, this guy McLaughlin really seemed to have...
Zaxby's.
So guys, check out the Firestone telemetry on the screen. How big is
Grosjean's second. He's about a second and a half off of Scott McLaughlin. Back to real racing. I'm kidding. We got a 3-car back. Remember when I said Bill's got the best car? Here he is on Larson's bumper. And he's bringing Gregson with him. Gibbs and Hamlin are still in front of Gregson, but Gregson's coming.
trying to get by Chastain because every time he looked in the mirror, it was
had 20 cars, something else.
And they're all getting closer.
And one thing we've seen, if you don't make a pass, you lose so much momentum. They come from behind you so quickly.
And Bell had trouble trying to get by Larson. Now here's Hamlin to his inside. This place is racy. I like it.
For the top 5, less than a second separating all of them as Denny Hamlin trying to get by his teammate Christopher Bell. Kyle Larson, could he work with Ross Chastain? Listen.
Bell's going to suck this. There might be a spin right here. Almost. Hamlin and Bell again leaning on each other. Yeah. And look at Noah. 3 wide. 20 and the 11 are holding each other up. And Gregson's third. The 20 and the 16 are the best cars on the track, for damn sure.
200 miles an hour, Jeff. Pretty good line from Larson saying, I'm not sure Ross Chastain works with anyone.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I'm going to tell you, Noah
Ross still holding on to this lead.
Side by side.
Lap 69, nice.
An opportunity for momentum. Junior took full advantage of it.
He passed Ty Gibbs in 3 and 4.
Blaney's 15th.
Straight away past the other 2 Toyotas. Ty Gibbs way up the racetrack there.
What the fuck?
To get out of the gas part.
Yeah.
Guys, something interesting on Noah Gregson's radio here just a moment ago. The team telling him to keep breathing. If you were watching yesterday's race, you may have heard how he...
Oh yeah, Gregson puked on himself yesterday in the car. That's a recurring thing with him. I said during the race, I'm like, is he all right?
He probably eats very fucking.
He looks like a guy who eats unhealthy food.
Racing hard into the top 5 in the Cup Series.
It's not the only one I've ever heard, A, being sick in a car, and B, not breathing. Jimmy Johnson said when he started looking at his heart rate, he would actually hold his breath through the corners of Dover. One reason he got better there was his breathing tactic, as now we see Denny Hamlin try to get to the outside of the 16.
I get tired watching these guys race some tracks. Like poor AJ last week, I was feeling it for him.
No. The puking That was a Sonoma Jeff Gordon.
This is like the most legitimately racy Michigan's been in about 10 years.
Denny is not racing.
This track is aging in at the perfect time for this new car.
You gotta learn how to race these guys. Also, think about
See what
that
happens when Bell can't pass Larson.
So these guys that are used to running
Yeah,
up
Bell's got the Larson's inside down the back. If he can drive it off into 3, clear him. These Toyotas can do this better than any other set of cars out here. They'll drive off into 3, but Larson's going to pinch him down.
Should have just slid up to the top and took it, but he showed these Cup guys a lot of respect, stayed at the bottom, and actually cost himself.
Still side by side.
I know that
Hamlin, go with the 20. Actually, fuck you. I got money on Larson. What am I doing? I just want to see Bell get up here and race Chastain for this league, because I know Bell's got the best car. Hamlin goes with Larson. Hamlin and Bell are racing each other really hard today. You wouldn't even know they're teammates.
So far, Denny gets around him though and closes in on this battle side by side for second. Larson and Christopher Bell. Obviously, Christopher Bell.
Every spot in this top 5 is changing every other lap.
Larson fight.
This, you see how they're racing? This is how NASCAR wants their cars to race at Indianapolis, because it looks a lot like how the Indy cars race at Indianapolis and Michigan. They get these drafts, these big runs. Damn.
Too high, has to lift.
Larson's going to lose a handful of spots there if he don't gather it up.
I think Christopher Bell gets up in there and it kind of dirties.
This is like IndyCar style racing at NASCAR speeds is what we're seeing right now.
Christopher Bell not worried about.
So this is ideal for a place like Michigan.
Track and just taking a guy's line. That's something that.
Give them a whiff of dirty air, they're gone.
Somebody got a throat grab. I mean, it would not have been good after the race if you did that. This is something that has changed with racing.
Jeff Burton reminding you about the weight. That's what Jeff Burton's good for. How things used to be.
Where you drive in front of somebody and slide up in front of them. That was not accepted.
I thought the Xfinity race was good, but the Cup race is definitely better from a competition standpoint.
But I think for him to actually turn the corner and become the
We're hitting all 200 miles an hour into turn 1 at Michigan for the first time in 5 years.
Jerk on the racetrack. Let's talk about this.
200 going off into turn 1 at Michigan. I love it.
Get a run, get side by side, and I hope the 11 pushes you by.
Unrestrict these cars at Atlanta and see what fucking happens, dude. I dare you. Unrestricted at Atlanta.
Denny Hamlin sees.
Hamlin said on Door Bumper Clear, he says he thinks they should slow the cars down more at Atlanta because it'll be even more like a super speedway race.
He got up the racetrack.
Says we're still going slightly too fast at Atlanta.
Hamlin's going to be able to make this pass.
Let me get Bell caught the dirty air of the 1, and now Hamlin got to his inside.
Christopher's going to have to dive right back in behind him, and that's going to push Christopher a little bit.
Ross is mirror driving for his life.
And I think that one car is looking in the mirror. Look at him driving the corner real high.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take the high line. He sees the 20 go to the bottom. He dives across the racetrack to cover that as well. So Ross Chastain, important but critical to look in the mirror and try to take your line away from your competitor. Watch him drive across the racetrack.
Harvick just passed Bubba for 8th, for 7th, actually.
Both of them, though. That's going to be the problem.
He's just going up the track, and then Hamlin gets these runs on Bill. They slow each other down. Then Ross drives away for a lap, and then somebody clears for second, makes another run at Ross. He mirror drives them. We repeat this process.
Hamlin, their feud between him and Ross.
So we got Chastain and Hamlin 1-2.
That was his comment as he drives into the corner on this turn 1.
Hamlin was really good on Door Bumper Clear this week. I listened to that at work the other day.
What is Denny Hamlin showing? What does he do right here? Does he go to the bottom? Does he go to the top? He's going to try to run below him. Chastain's not.
Ross going to shut the door.
All the way to the bottom right here, still giving Hamlin some clean air to his nose.
You can't look away from this race. It's so good.
Maybe showing something a little different. Maybe run a little bit higher. Don't try to go to the bottom.
Does Hamlin have an answer for the defense?
Tight.
And he put something together.
Stays in it, though. That shows you how good the Toyotas are. They get tight, but you saw how far back Larson dropped? Toyotas don't do that. They're still so fast. They lose the nose, but they can get right back in it.
These two.
That time Hamlin's got clean air. Ross just ran his line through 3 and 4. Now Hamlin's going to close up to him again. Get a pull off this lap car. I doubt it. Little pull off the lap car there. What's left of that 34 car.
Love seeing these two guys have to battle each other on the racetrack. I love that it always seems to come down to them. The sport is better for it. See these two guys have a rivalry.
Ross and Denny, it's just Denny versus Brad again. 13 years later.
Here comes the 20 back into the battle.
That's great. Denny has the onboard camera this week on the NASCAR app. because you're getting your money's worth out of it.
Working their tires, heating their cars up, taking a little bit of the balance away.
And as we watch this battle,
3-car breakaway now. God damn.
Road, different strategies.
3 wide for what? 7th, 8th. Tight. I want to say that every time. Every time somebody pulls up on the leader in the center of the corner, you see the nose just take off. Hamlin got tight again. Here comes Bill. Bubba hanging on to 8th for his life. He's got Reddick, Jones, and Truex all over him. Big push from the 20 to the 11. Ross closes the bottom. Hamlin's going to have a nice run here. Ross's car didn't hold the bottom. Hell, Bill's going to get a good run here. He's going to push the 11. That's smart. I thought he was going to just swing to the bottom and try to take the run for himself. They go to the top. I think Ross is letting them go. There's no holding that back. Ross had to pull over and let him go. That was a good decision by Ross. He could have been a dick. He could have blocked, but as fast as they were going, you were going to risk getting spun out there.
I like you better on my right side. I can control what contact we may or may not have.
That was a great move by Ross to let him have it.
We'll never know. Great battles for the lead. Denny
Hamlin, Ross, Bill. Ross got really tight there. You see that? Car just completely went up the track. Now Bill's into second. It took them that long to get around Ross. Bubba's really struggling this run. They don't have the long run speed I thought they were going to have, but the track's completely changed. The weather's totally changed. Their car's not reacting well to it at all. I'm surprised he hasn't passed Gibbs yet, because I felt like Bubba was better than Gibbs, but Gibbs is still in front of him, and he's falling out of the top 10 here soon. I just had really high expectations. He can still get a top 10 or maybe a top 5, but I just had such high expectations. I wanted to see him win. Maybe they're just an adjustment away. Maybe they didn't adjust right. They under-adjusted for the change in the weather. Justin Haley ought to be ashamed of himself. Fucking Noah's 4th. Now Noah's pitting. It's about that time. Pit stops. We're going to make it to halfway. We're 18 laps away from halfway. Yay, you won't have to miss the race tomorrow. Waiting on fuel on the 16. That's a really long time to wait on gas. That's the one kind of neat thing about one lug nut deals. It changes your fuel strategy. Because it's like, you could have the quick 9.5, 10-second stop, but are you going to get the car full? Ty Gibbs is pitting. I'd say Ty Gibbs backed into a full-time Cup ride, but I believe it was Kurt Busch that backed it in and gave Ty Gibbs a full-time Cup ride. Women don't watch sports.
They're getting on their knees for a teenager.
Who else is waiting for Gregson to do something stupid? Well, he hasn't had an opportunity to do anything stupid at the Cup level yet. But as good as he's running today, stay tuned. I think it's his opportunity to really make an ass of himself. Like his dumbass strategy call he insisted on yesterday. That cost me my parlay.
NASCAR Tracks lets you stay up to date on the latest race and event information for all your favorite tracks. Search NASCAR Tracks in the App Store to download for free. NASCAR Cup Series racing from Michigan, the Firekeepers Casino 400 continues here, stage 2.
Bring IndyCar back to Michigan.
45 of Ty Gibbs was a little.
See how good NASCAR races here?
Quantity, so he comes down the pit road. You can't have this.
Slow stop on the 45. Oh my God.
I will tell you, it was a great call for this Jackman to come
slow on the right rear.
Jack it up to make sure.
I'm sure the crew chief appreciates that. He doesn't have to take a 4-week vacation now.
Couldn't tighten it with the right side on the ground. He came from 6th. We'll have to let the pit cycle loop around, but I guarantee that 19-second pit stop is going to cost the 45 5, maybe 10 positions on the racetrack.
Harvick's fast. Good long run speed on Harvick's car.
Could Ford's win? I was very bullish they couldn't.
Classic Harvick. You know, it's ever since Harvick's been at Stewart-Haas, they lost so many races to Jimmy Johnson on short runs. But in a long run race, Kevin Harvick would dominate for a good 6-year period. 5 or 6 years in a row, there was a long run. Harvick was probably going to win.
Whatever motivates me.
And they got a nice long run here. We're like 35 laps deep into this run.
I mean, he's on the outside looking in.
5 wins here at this racetrack for the last
just
6.
compared to Harvick
7 runner-up finishes. I mean, just incredible.
Yeah, Harvick's in Bubba's category right now. It's like, oh, they got to win.
Last year here, he ran in the top 20, didn't finish in the top 10. Average running position the entire race was 14. Didn't get any stage points. And that's what I expected to see today, because the performance last year has kind of mimicked the performance this year in this team, in this organization. But man, you can't never count them out.
They've led 13 laps all year. Like when I look at the numbers, I'm like, I feel good about, saying they can't do it. But hey, this is what I love about sports.
Truex, Bubba for 7th.
It takes any sort of motivation, and maybe that's all it takes.
See Bubba Wallace.
I think Bubba needs to get to pit road. They just don't have long run speed.
Very bottom, trying to take advantage of it.
They should have pitted already.
Very shallow entry here. Still able to slide up in front of Bubba. Bubba was leading this race. They decided to pit. During that competition caution, has not been able to find himself back to the lead since.
As we're watching this battle, the 41 of Cole Custer was back.
Jimmy's in 3rd, so did half the field pit in the IndyCar race.
Just left sides. We're hearing maybe a left front had gone down. So that's just a tough break for the 41. He can't get any good luck either.
No, he cannot catch a break this year, Marty.
Tire failure on Custer.
So I want to ask Steve, all these teams are thinking they could probably run, 10 to go or 12 to go in the stage, Steve? But I see a lot of leaders who are thinking they're going to pit sooner. So why would you do that? Why would you come here?
Get that 23 on pit road. He just got passed by Truex and Eric Jones in 1 lap. Blaney finally pitted. He needed to pit way sooner.
If I'm these leaders, a lap time
Bubba needs to now.
They were on new tires. No reason to come to pit road, Kim.
And Blaney absolutely frustrated with that car. He said it's plowing tight, it's floating. I can't do anything. 4 fresh Goodyear tires and Sunoco for Blaney, who does not like the race car he has underneath him.
I can see that.
Conversation, you look at Hamlin, Bell, and Chastain. Those 3 continue to run around 38 flats to 38 20s. That's as good as we saw on brand new tires. So there's no reason to pit. At certain racetracks you come in the middle because fresh tires are worth so much. You want to have them as often as possible. Let's listen in on what the 5's thinking.
How long till that pit cycle starts?
A couple guys have pitted already. 11, the leader, is pretty far up there, so we're going to kind of play off him.
Kyle Larson asking Cliff Daniels, how about the pit cycle? Because he's seeing guys pit. He said, hey, there's some guys off cycle, don't worry about him.
Harvick to pit road with 30 to go. I like the long run speed I see in Harvick's car. I don't think it's a race winner, but top 5. They need a race winner, though, so it's irrelevant. Multi-car wreck in the IndyCar race.
And Rodney Childers told me they're going to have to do something different.
Bubba to pit road.
They were the next best cars to the Toyotas. He said it's the best they've unloaded all year long. Tight the corners for Kevin, who takes 4 tires in fuel, Marty.
Bubba Wallace led 21 laps early, Kim, coming to pit road right here. His car absolutely plowing, and you can see it on our shots. I mean, visibly so tight in the corners. So what they're going to do here is 4 fresh Goodyear tires and the Sunoco fuel as well. Also a significant air pressure adjustment, trying to free up that 23.
Not the fastest stop. They're waiting on fuel for Bubba, but not a bad stop.
A lot of the leaders saying they're going to come down pit road here very soon.
See, I would try to run 9 more laps, because in 9 more laps, I only need 1 more pit stop to make the rest of the race. I think it's more than just the stages, Parker.
All right, William Byron pits out of the top.
It just depends on how your car is. That's why I was begging for Bubba to just go ahead and pit. They don't have the car to beat the 11, the 20, or the 3, or the 5, or the 8 on strategy.
Going in the right direction.
It's interesting. Some tracks, right? 1 car pits, everyone comes here. It's kind of more of an eyedropper, 1 at a time. But this is the big decision here. The 1 at Chastain, one of the top 3 cars on the racetrack. He's now come to pit road. Parker.
Right, Steve. He's about 3 seconds behind Danny Hamlin, so it'll be interesting to see if this one forces the hand.
I liked that.
In first and second for Ron Chastain, just a little tight. You see one of the tires rolled away.
Uh-oh.
Tight for the 1 car, Ross Chastain.
Multiple uncontrolled tires on Ross Chastain.
All right, so the first
That's penalty.
wouldn't raise the iron NASCAR because it kind of rolled forward into somebody else's box. But the one that rolled back,
yeah, that's going to be a penalty on Ross. Good break for guys like Bubba who's running that top 10.
I would be shocked if this isn't.
This has to be a penalty. I would have said the first tire was a penalty. Look how far away that tire rolled.
I'm okay with that. Nobody's pitting. No harm, no foul. It's this one right here. Hits the wall. Nobody catches it. Back out all the way into pit lane, outside of the pit box. That should be an uncontrolled tire. We're here for NASCAR. It is. Pit issue for the one car. Gonna be a penalty. Is really gonna hurt.
Jeff Burton up there fist pumping.
2 weeks in a row that they've got Ross with a penalty.
It's a good thing you can't see Jeff Burton on camera right now. He's in the booth fist pumping.
Ahead of the racetrack here, so they're going to free it up just a little bit for Kyle Larson to land the top 5 that entire run. Denny Hamilton going down pit road.
Hamlin in the pits. Larson just left his pit box.
Coming down pit road, that's when Chris Gabart came across Schrader and said, hitting this lap for Denny Hamlin from the lead. They're just a little tight from the center to exit, especially off turns 3 and 4. They'll do 4 tires in Snowfield Field. Off of their screen there, you see Tyler Reddick hitting from the 3rd position through this cycle. He's been very happy with the balance of that race car through this run. Remember, it was fast earlier in this race. It got away from them, but it started to come back to them on the 8th. Kim?
And Joey Logano telling his team, I had a small vibration. Paul said, no, we're going to run it long unless it's bad. And Joey said, no, I got to bring it to you right now. They take tires. He did report that 22 just a little tight.
Reddick, Truex, Logano, Chastain serving his penalty.
Reddick off pit road said the car was a little bit too tight. He said, man,
now don't speed on your penalty.
Help my track position. I get in the
Hurry up and go to commercial so I can flip over to this IndyCar race. See what the fuck's going on.
turn, and here's Ross Chastain serving that penalty. Jimmy, this is going to be a big one for the one car.
Yeah, that's a big shot for the one car.
Christopher Bell still has not pitted. I think he's pitting this time.
He's coming to pit road. Didn't last long. Okay, so now it's basically how good is the 20 going to come on off pit road versus the
Yeah, you're right. The penalty on Ross is bad for everybody else because now he's got to drive through everybody again. And he's going to be running even harder than he did earlier.
Hearing that of his teammate Denny Hamlin, the 11, as they race each other up at the front. They both complain about
who's going to cycle through the lead, the 11 or the 20?
Very closely here for Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin. He's about 1.8 seconds behind Denny. He'll do 4
I think it's going to be Denny.
We'll see how he cycles out, Marty.
Parker, it's been a surprising day for Chase Elliott, who really ran about 50.
Waiting on fuel for the 20, and the 11 didn't really wait on fuel, so Hamlin should be the leader here.
Better the longer they ran,
yeah.
So not too unhappy with the handling of the race.
Oh, Dennis. Hope they got the tape off the car. Denny's gone. Chastain penalized. Bell losing time in the pits. Stage 2 winner, Denny Hamlin. 8 cars have not pitted yet.
Long stop for the 9.
Horrible pit stop. Oh, wait, we got a flat left front on Custer.
This tire comes off. We heard about a flat left front earlier.
Oh, that's more than a flat. That thing's on fire.
This creates a yellow. Eric Jones, Busher, Suarez, Briscoe might hit flag.
Oh, and the caution's out.
Yes.
The 41's on fire.
Jones, Busher, Suarez.
That shit's on fire. There's something for the commercial for next year's Michigan race.
We've seen these cars.
They'll like fast forward it to make it look like he's going race speed on fire.
That was smoke inside.
He's got to get the hell out of there.
In the front windshield there.
Bring it in the pit stall. Stop by a fireman. Don't bring it to me.
Yeah, I know what the fuck you doing, Custer.
And the spotters wear the fireman.
Get out of there.
You got to get out of that.
Get out of the car. Get out of there. Get out of
Pit
there.
road, almost every pit stall has a fireman in it, so they can get to you quickly.
What happens if we're short on firemen and 3 cars catch on fire at the same time? Custer's out of the car. He's fine. Don't know what happened there. But that happened right at the end of the pit stop cycle. I think everybody was on the lead lap, though.
Custer out of the car seems to be okay.
What a great break for Eric Jones.
Shot of leaning against the cooler there. Never like to see your son in that kind of situation.
Now when I brought up, so they hit it on the green, and then they came in like 11 laps later with a flat left front.
Boy, Kentucky in 2020 was so fucking long ago, wasn't it?
Left front. So I don't know if they have an issue on their car, just really bad luck, but I mean, you can see it's the flat tire.
Oh, they're kicking the IndyCar race off at 6. Let me guess, they're putting it on Peacock.
Wrapping around, finally tears something.
I got Peacock.
Fluid on the header.
I got to make sure I'm signed in on all my streaming shit on my PS4 for when football season starts. I got to get on Paramount and Peacock and all that shit on my PS4 because I might need it. Still looking at buying a tablet or something to have Red Zone on during the race. Because during NASCAR races, I'd rather watch Red Zone than try to watch one other individual football game.
Fire out. There he comes. Appreciate all the fire and rescue people that are here to assist.
So let's just go back. This is the last stop. They have a flat tire. I kind of want to see they got to pull a car up. It's left front looks like it's gone. It's obviously flat, but.
Is this Haas F1 or Stuart Haas in the Cup Series? I can't tell anymore based on how the way the 41 is every week.
And Steve, when I just checked it,
look at all that cocaine.
That left front, it
That kid is my Snoop Dogg is not in there.
Custer's car looking like a powdered donut.
Maybe you can elaborate.
Yeah, so I mean, the left front tire. So what happened in Indianapolis was exhaust issues.
That thing's melted.
Carbon fiber. But if we stay on this shot just for a second.
It's like when Dale Jr. got out of the Corvette that was on fire. Did you ever see the clip of him get out and the door just goes and turns to liquid while he's trying to get out and he falls over because he pushed on the door that was melted?
Obviously, has pulled an oil line.
Dale Jr.'s car door looked like a piece of cake when he crawled out of that Corvette.
I mean, you see the damage. The carbon fiber will burn. It kind of smolders and melts. It's not like it burns like wood. But definitely a scary situation for customers.
I need more screens. I got my computer for the stream. I got my TV for that.
Let's listen to some 8.
I'm going to get on Peacock on my PS4 and have the IndyCar race on.
Halfway done.
Yay, race is halfway.
Eric Jones is the leader. Rain!
Rain! Is it the middle dash or the top one?
I'm turning Peacock on the PS4.
Some unfortunate information from the 8 car. Tyler Reddick having such a great run today. Possibly having some motor issues here.
Make sure I got the Peacock password. I think I got it saved on my phone.
Back straightaway is covered with speedy dry.
It's going to be a long-ass caution, and we're at halfway. So now would be a good time for the rain to get here for Eric Jones. And the good for Jones and Busher, as long as this caution runs, they're not going to open pit road for a bit. You're just going to get more laps to be able to go deeper into the next run on a tank of fuel.
You know, what is unfortunate for some is a big break for others, right? So Eric Jones had yet to come to pit road, Michigan driver. So
how's my PS4 controller not synced up to the PS4? It's never been plugged into anything else.
Briscoe, look at all these guys. The first car that pitted was Hamlin right there on the draw line. Everybody in front of those guys stayed out. Now they're going to have to pit, but they've gained some track position because the big thing is if I draw another line right here, that's all the cars in the lead lap. Wallace and Gibbs, they're a lap.
PS4 controller won't connect to the PS4.
But then Gibbs and those cars are going to have to perhaps take the wave around. We'll see where they all line up. The big issue as we go back even further is the 9 of Chase Elliott. He's in 24th. He came down pit road. He should have easily stayed close to the lead lap.
Why won't my PS4 controller connect?
8-second pit stop. He was 13th prior to the cycle. That pit stop, there's the two of them. The two guys that had the pit stops, 119.3.
It's okay, I got a spare.
Both of those
it's dead, though.
Under green. They don't hurt awful if the cycle rolls through, but this is the worst case scenario.
My PS4 controller will not connect to the fucking PS4. That's not good, though. I mean, it's good that he's going to be back on the lead lap, but Bubba needed to be on the lead lap. Now his whole day's fucked.
Eric Jones at the top of this list. He gets a good break here, but he also
controllers won't connect to my PS4.
3 arguably race car, and you don't want to give that kind of guy.
So I don't think I don't know what's going on with my PS4, but the controller won't fucking connect.
The other big issue right here is the 11 will be the first car to stay on the racetrack. So if you are behind the 11 and a lap down, your wave around opportunity doesn't exist.
I was going to turn on Peacock.
If you're in front of the 11, you have the chance to wave around. We're going to check all that. We come back after the commercial fire on the 40.
It won't connect.
Got put out. Scary situation.
Hold on a second. I'll be right back. I mean, I'm right here. Trying to figure out this PS4. I don't know how the PS4 controller be broken and it's been used really that much. It'll hook up and charge, but when I try, let me turn the PS4 off and turn it back on.
Turn it off, mother.
Don't tell me my PS4's finally had it. That thing has seen a lot of action. Just not lately.
A lot of hours.
Yeah. Well, the old PS5's been getting to work.
A lot of GTA.
But she's built to last. Well, she better be. I paid fucking a lot of money for it. So much I don't even want to say how much. It wasn't that much. It was more than a PS5 should be, but it was because of shipping and all that. Let's try this again. This is a good chance for me to get all my streaming shit set up on the PS4 if I can.
Plug it in, plug it in.
Yeah, it's plugged in. It's charging. Had to whoop somebody's ass today in the Vespucci job. That last dude, after I got fucked over in that next round, I fucked him up. Well, yeah, he ain't winning. I'm all over him. There we go. It connected. I just want to get on my Peacock that I bum off of some girl that I know on the Kiss Cruise. I got a girl for every streaming service still. I got to connect my PS4 to the internet for some reason. I don't know why it's not connected. It's not even showing our router. It's not even showing our router on the PS4. Stream is still on.
Cole Custer caught fire. Just a little bit snug. It's going to be 4 tires, a chassis adjustment to free him up just a little bit. So no.
Why can't I connect to the internet on my PS4?
Then center your screen, Daniel Swartz will pin out the 3rd position, also aided by that caution there to get some track position here. Just good on the short run, not as good on the long run. The team telling him he's comparable to others in dirty air.
Boy, welcome back, Scott Graves, crew chief for Chris Buescher, told me this morning we're not racing for points, we're racing for the win.
Well, no Peacock for me right now. My PS4 is acting funny. It won't show me my router.
It was funny, Buescher said on the radio, Junior, are we the feed pass? He said, no, you're second. He goes, awesome, I didn't know that.
Austin, Dillon, Brett Keselowski, Suarez, Larson, Jones.
There's a lot of cars on pit road. A lot of cars stayed out, though. We're going to sort it all out when we come back.
Yeah, caution couldn't have come at a worse time, and it completely ruined Bubba's race. So that sucks. It won't show my router. But obviously my internet's working. Those aren't my routers. It's like showing every router in the neighborhood except mine. And every now and then I'll go back and it'll show different ones. It's just saying it won't connect to the internet. But now there it's got my router listed because that's the router that I've got this PS4 set up on. What's the fucking deal, PS4? I never use you. You're giving me shit. Oh, and if the PS4 shits the bed, I got the Xbox for everything. Cannot connect. Okay. What do? Restart your router. I'm not restarting the router, I'm streaming. So I'll restart the PS4 again. That NASCAR reality documentary series that's coming to USA looks really good, but it's on like a fucking Thursday night at like 10 p.m. Who the fuck's gonna watch it? I'm gonna have to like record it to watch it and hope that I remember to watch it. Kind of looks like it's going to be like NASCAR Drivers 360. You need to go on YouTube, Dylan, and watch NASCAR Drivers 360. I think every episode's on there. It's really good. They followed around like drivers in the early 2000s, like the week of a race. They had like Dale Jr., Jeremy Mayfield, Kevin Harvick. It's a pretty good show. I watched an episode recently that was focused a lot on like Jeremy Mayfield and Dale Jr. I think it was like Martinsville, 2004. Cannot connect the network. Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. I say that to piss off every English teacher that comes across the stream one day. Doesn't make any sense. No, it don't make no sense.
Propane.
Propane. Hey Dylan, this race is sponsored by Propane and Golden Corral.
The only one for everyone.
Head down to the pits. Marty, what you got on the 9 car?
Well, fuck the PS4. It doesn't want to work. What the fuck can I do? It doesn't work.
Half of perfectly clean races.
Kind of pissing me off, actually. I mean, I didn't care that much about the IndyCar race, but why is this shit not working?
The new car has to be up in the air to get the wheels tight. They dropped the jack too soon.
I'm thirsty. I'll be right back.
Not tight, and so they've lost all this track position.
What track position? They didn't have
Bad
it.
news, slow stop. Good news, chances of a loose wheel go way down. I think those wheels earlier in the year were the ones that were coming off, right? Guys were trying to tighten them after the car had hit the ground. So
Chase Elliott's one of many cars that's going to get the wave around, get back in the lead lap. The 45, the 48, the 12, the 22, the 9, the 1, the 7, the 31, all those guys took the wave around to get themselves back in the lead lap.
So now we're back to the spot of really no one won that down. How about that?
Hamlin, Harvick, Bill, Riddick, Gregson, and boy, Keselowski won big time on this deal.
All the way back to the 5th row where Christopher Busher is.
Christopher Busher.
Marty, what you got on this 23 car?
Junior should say, a.k.a. the man that ended my career, Christopher Busher.
Interesting move, Steve, by Booty Barker here.
Still not letting that go.
Down pit road, put on 4 fresh Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel as well, and a big adjustment. That car has been super tight for Bubba Wallace, so you think that Booty might be setting up maybe a strategy play coming up here at the end of stage 2, Steve?
Well, I think he ended up being in that timing struggle. He was the free pass car. So he's going to line up the same situation regardless. Now, normally he would be the tail end of the longest line. The reason it looks funny at this situation is because all of those wave around cars line up behind the free pass. So it's kind of like, look, if you're in the lead lap, you line up here. If you're a lap down, then you get to line up. Free pass, we just gave you a free lap, you line up, and then the other guys are like, no, wait a minute. We let you just freely drive all the way around a racetrack, so you line up all the way at the back. So rarely do we see the free pass line up in the middle of the pack, but we have that situation here, Marty.
That's interesting.
96 to go.
He's still fucked.
So Dave Rogers telling me, hey, we might be able to do it on one more stop. We packed it full of fuel, so
we're past halfway.
That happened as well.
Yeah, this 8 car. Let's listen to the 8.
Start smelling smoke. I don't want to oil the whole damn track.
I think Reddick's blowing up.
Tyler Reddick smells the smoke, doesn't want to blow up and upset the whole race. I appreciate that. We'll see what his team.
Well, he's still staying on the track, though. Reddick's blowing up, he thinks, but he still stayed on the track. There we go. It's Hamlin and Harvick. It's 2020 all over again. Who was that that went 3 wide? Was that Ross? No, it was Austin Hill.
And Harvick.
Ross is further back. Oh, don't let Harvick get out front now.
Dillon.
Oh, my God. Here comes Austin Dillon. Do it for reality television.
Hamlin, I didn't think he could do 1 and 2. The outside
Hamlin, Harvick side by side. Who's Brad going to push? He's going to stay with Hamlin. He's got to back up. Harvick sends it off into 3. Keselowski gets tight. Drifts further back. Bell 3rd now. Hamlin around the outside of Harvick. They're still side by side. Not enough of a draft to really push the 11 by, but he's going to clear Harvick anyway.
Down the front straightaway. That's got to be a little bit of optimism, though, for Kevin Harvick to be able to stay.
Noah 3 wide in the middle, a little further back.
Back behind these guys, 3 wide, 2 rows deep.
Bubba around the outside, passing guys 3 wide. Oh, boy, Bowman almost wiped him out.
Off corner exit.
Almost.
So tight back there. 48 car.
Big push from Bubba to Gregson.
Almost getting together.
It's for 12th.
Logano, that 22 car, he's just struggled all day long. You see him up the racetrack. Bowman trying to.
Yeah, Logano's all over the place. He could always try that stupid move he did at Indianapolis last. Oh! Gibbs almost turned Ross Chastain.
Don't give me that opportunity. I'll put it in there.
Harvick to the inside of Hamlin again, but he ain't going to be able to make this pass.
I'm really impressed with Harvick's car right here. He can stay.
If this race goes green all the way, I think Harvick can win. If this race goes green, he's going to win. But it's going to have to go green. He needs a long run. He's going to clear Hamlin. Oh, he could have took it. He didn't slide up. That would have been a hell of a slide, so I see why he didn't do it. Got to stay in front of the 20. Goes to the inside. Side draft. Chase him, Harvick. Don't let him get there. Leaning on each other. That's Suarez in 4th. Oh, Bell and Harvick. Bell ain't been giving anybody an inch today.
Has that preferred lane like we saw Denny Hamlin had. Bell able to hang with him. Now turning
This is great for Hamlin. Watch Bell clear Harvick here into 3. He's going to send it off. Clear. Right there. And the caution's out. Oh, Gregson just wrecked off a 2.
having nice.
Please tell me somebody I like wrecked him. Or did he bust his ass? That car, oh, he's done.
Oh, yeah, some pretty big
That's a done deal right there for Noah. Hey, there he did. Something dumb happened to Noah. He didn't hit as hard as Austin Dillon last year, which is what I wanted, but I'll take it. Still enough time for this to go green for Harvick to get a win in stage 3.
So now this is something the team's practice to change. I think they might be able to change the toe link. I'm more concerned about the damage.
What a shame.
I'm not sure, you know, they could fix that. He was crazy.
He's crip walking through 3 and 4.
Body damage as well.
Pack her up, boys. Look how yawed that thing is. Good God. It's coming at you sideways. It's like a cat.
Been able to show some.
It's like a cat that sees you coming down the hall and wants you to pet him.
Potential running in the top 5 earlier. As we watch off
this Fox-esque fucking replay here. What happened?
Straight away, looks like a lot of guys going to avoid.
Did Bubba get a piece of that?
Back to the wall. So
oh, it's the speedy drop Bubba hit.
To the right side of that car, and you wonder if maybe he lost.
We really don't have a better replay than that.
Contact with the wall on corner exit of turn 2. Look at this 45 car. Ty Gibbs up the racetrack as well. I'm wondering if the 16 maybe had the same thing happen off 2, and you see all these cars move to avoid, and then he spins back across the racetrack. Here we may see this contact. Yep, right there.
And Noah busted his ass.
Yep. Then he comes down the racetrack.
Nice one, Noah.
And spins in front of the field. This is Ty Gibbs up the racetrack in the dirty racetrack, way out of the groove.
Both are young drivers. Both are young drivers on the same lap, getting themselves in trouble.
Getting a little experience.
Wouldn't it be funny if that fucking left front just broke off, snapped into the car, and rolled him like Busher at Charlotte?
The right rear toe link with the initial contact that spin around again with the component broke. So let's show the fans at home exactly
about the slowest roll ever.
Remember, in the next gen cars, we take a look at our Toyota virtual car. The rear suspension is independent. It's not a solid rear axle anymore. So that means if we take away some of the rear suspension and sheet metal, you can take a look. In the right-hand side of this car, we've highlighted it yellow for you so you can have a better look. That is the component that keeps that right rear tire pointed straight. That is the toe link. What they're going to attempt to do is jack it up, remove those 2 bolts.
Michael, I just saw your comment about Junior winning at Michigan in the Batman car. I have that car sitting right in front of me at my television. The 124 of it.
You put the toe link back in, the new one, you put the bolts back in, but that's the component that broke. And as soon as that breaks, then that right rear tire can go turn left.
I'm so glad Noah's going to have a shitty result now.
That's taking a look at it, and I'm not sure if they're even going to try to change it at this point, probably because of the damage on the front.
We're going to have another restart before the end of stage 2. It's going to be like a 6 or 7 lap
he hit the fence,
run to the finish.
They had it saved, and then it steered on its own.
Yeah, then it's a forklift.
Yeah,
at that point.
I've heard cars called forklifts before by the man standing to my left.
And you see the team waving to the crew chief on the box.
Yeah.
Get out of the fucking car, Noah.
Right, because a week ago at Indianapolis, we see them 5 wide, banging into each other left and right. And cars continue. But then here, and now it's pretty hard contact. It breaks part of the suspension. Now I'm kind of
pit road's open. Here comes Harvick, Bell,
something that breaks. As we see the 4
Busher,
on the pit road, I'm a little surprised.
Logano.
I thought everybody was in a one-stop window. The 4 and the 20 must.
This is interesting.
And they reminded Kevin, watch the first section. Do not speed on this. Really, the only complaint, just a little bit tight through the corners.
2-tire stop for Harvick.
2 tires.
Why even bother pitting there?
Right, and just fuel only.
Unless you're just trying to get some extra gas.
To do something different strategy-wise, Marty.
Going to be fuel only for Martin Truex Jr. and Steve. I wonder if this is a play to say, hey, those coming down pit road right now, we're going for the win. We're going to stay out here in a little bit and make it on one more stop. Everybody else going for stage points to be awarded here in about 9
Good fuel strategy here.
Well, Marty,
I think. I actually like this strategy the more I think about it.
All these cars are actually a stop behind. When we look at the cars that stayed on the racetrack,
yeah, I feel like anybody can win from any strategy that's going right now. Especially the guys that are just flat out up front with track position. Like Keselowski, for example. Suarez, Larson.
I actually think every car is going to stay out in 9 more laps. Everyone thinks I only need to pit one more time for.
Before I saw Harvick and then pit, my thought was here, yeah, I'm going to run the stage out and then stay out at the end of the stage, too.
I think the 19 of those guys saw the race, Jeff, and they said, all right, we are not in a very good spot here because we're a pit stop behind. So you kind of got to take your medicine right away, right? Like the 11 of Denny Hamlin, he stays out, pitted at 94.
I bet if we jumped on board right here, this car is going to be getting shut off, running in high gear, save some fuel.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin right now is the driver. He's looking around doing, why? Everybody else, why didn't we? You know what I mean? Really
Denny Hamlin, yeah, there he goes.
Big car Tyler Reddick pulled behind the wall to update his situation.
Ryan Blaney had to come back down pit road again for some reason.
Get ready for an all-access pass to the world of NASCAR like you've never seen it before. The drama, the pressure, and the danger. All to become a champion.
I'll watch the fuck out of that.
Jockey Series race for the championship. It premieres September 1st on USA. It's an incredible series. I think people are going to love.
You realize how long Darlington's going to be next month?
Angles, the editing,
how long that fucking race is going to be? Because we've been to the 400 miles. Yeah. 500 miles at Darlington feels longer than 600 at Charlotte.
In the broadcast, it's incredible. I've seen a lot of the stuff.
And hats off to the teams and the drivers.
Yeah.
Because without those guys saying, you know what, I'm willing to be followed everywhere I go by a camera. You know, that's the access. If you want full access, you got to have it all the time. So it's great. And I love how USA has leaned into their NASCAR coverage. 14 of the next 15.
Sucking off the TV networks. NASCAR and their politically correct beat. I'm kidding.
You know, the NASCAR fan could go to USA, have a ton of coverage, a little Austin Dillon show on there.
Fuck that show. I ain't watching that.
And it's also not just the good stuff. It gets you behind the scenes to show you the struggles, the fights, how difficult it is in this sport to make your way. And not only for the drivers and the team, but their families.
We got a Hamlin, Keselowski front row, Suarez and Larson on the second.
All right, so let's get a Toyota driver update on Denny Hamlin and take a listen to his
7 laps
of why they made this decision to stay out here.
Our focus is to get this playoff point. I got some other stuff going on in here that we'll talk about later, but this is the play that we need to make. So we'll get the playoff point and move forward. Okay.
Steve, sometimes
Denny said, okay.
Sell that driver on why you just made the decision you did. I did ask Chris Gabehart here, can you make it on one more stop? He looked at me and sort of said close, but there's a bigger picture at play here. So this 11 possibly.
If they're bigger pictures to not win the race, they're stupid.
Yeah, this race at the other part.
What good does it to get this little playoff point unless you win the race too?
I'm on board, but I'm kind of like 1 foot on board.
Same thing yesterday in the Xfinity race for Noah Gragson. They stayed out.
Hamlin is in the worst fuel situation of everybody in the top 10
Denny Hamlin,
because they want to get the stage win.
Bring him down the front straightaway for a
bold strategy, Cotton. We'll have to see if it pays off.
To go in stage 2. We're back to
Keselowski was waving to Larson to get a push, but Larson really didn't roll. Now he's rolling. Suarez really didn't push Hamlin all that well.
Getting into turn 1.
I thought Brad might have a shot at the lead there, but Suarez just got to Hamlin right at the end of the front stretch. 3 wide. Old Brad's going to go into the middle between Larson and Suarez.
3 wide down the back straightaway. Keselowski the meat and the sandwich.
Suarez into second. Larson's in trouble here on the bottom. Big run at the top.
Taking a look at Hamlin into 3.
Dirty air.
Briscoe as well. Some Fords up there.
3 wide again back there. That's Bill, Briscoe, and Jones. Come on, Briscoe.
Pushing the 43.
Control your car, asshole. Bubba pushing the 3. Look at that. The Boomers love that.
God, Briscoe's slow.
Look at the fucking run Eric Jones going to have. Nowhere to go with it, though.
They get huge runs down the freeway working together. All these guys working really hard here as we come 5 to go.
Bubba couldn't get up in that top line. He's going to get freight trained here by at least 3 or 4 cars.
Every point they can.
5 laps to go in stage 2.
Out front, though,
hey, my sponsor's here. Where were you last night?
Over Daniel Suarez, Larson closing in on that 99 car for second.
They didn't expect me to be streaming last night.
I'm going to tell you, more players at the front of the field than what I expected after watching practice. I thought this was going to be a little bit of a dominated race. The yellows have definitely churned it up a little bit. But even the racing, the Chevrolets, the Fords, we had all 3 manufacturers kind of find their way to the front at times.
Heard that call by Chris Gabehart to keep Denny Hamlin out to win this stage to get that playoff point. You got to win the stage.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're going to gamble this much to lose track position, you got to execute to get this stage win.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just mirror drive.
Coming to 4 to go here. I like this situation. I haven't seen a lot of Daniel Suarez up in the top 5, and I don't know if he has the race car to go up there and pass that 11. It's going to need a little help, too, from this 5 car. It's going to need some pushes down the straight.
Got to work together to get around the lead car, I think.
Happy to handling that 99
going to be hard to go from third, get clear of the second place guy, and try to pass the leader. I think you got to push the second place car to the leader and see what happens.
He's had issues with that rear view camera.
Run offline of the second place car if you're running third in the corner, and then push him down the straightaway if you can.
Especially at high RPM, so he's not been able to rely on that rear view camera, which a lot of the younger drivers have. It's a driver's choice, but those track house drivers have used it to good effect this year. Right now, he's having to race without it and hold off that 5, Marty.
3 to go.
Right behind him, and I agree with what you said a moment ago, Steve. There's a lot more players in the mix than I thought there would be today. Chevrolet
would to be. Yeah, Marty, how about your dumbass kid blocking Allgaier last night in the Xfinity race? How about that, huh?
For Hendrick and for
what the fuck was Mike Snyder doing? Allgaier had ties lead down to a second and then got blocked by Mike Snyder for no reason. And that cost Allgaier any chance he had.
Put it in victory lane that day. Kyle Larson trying to make it another
2 to go, stage 2.
In the Irish Hills.
We talked a lot about Blaney. We talked a lot about Harvick and Truex. The 43 a little bit. But how about the 3?
Hate these late start times.
Yeah, right? He's up here.
It's fucking 6:23 on the East Coast.
Hold off where he can. You see the 24 of Byron right there as well. So the 3 of Dillon are actually ahead of this battle a little bit, having a nice day. Bowman ahead of this battle a little bit. Bowman and Dillon have been looking to be ahead of some battles for quite some time. They just haven't had great runs. They've been kind of stuck in traffic.
Oh, look, Logano pushing Byron. Where have I seen that before? I feel like people have completely forgot about Darlington because William Byron's season has just fallen off a cliff ever since. So nobody even thinks about Darlington now. Plus, Hamlin and Ross, they started their little dick fight.
They get the white flag here.
What happened to Noah? He busted his ass off of turn 2 and crashed out of the race. I laughed. I laughed.
Take advantage of it. Any kind of momentum lost. One car with a big run here on the
Noah's good at wrecking in a cup car. He's done a lot of that this year.
Logano down the back straightaway. Denny Hamlin over Suarez.
And Denny Hamlin's going to win stage 2.
Turn 4 down the front straightaway to the flag stands. Going to win his 3rd stage win this season. That tells you.
Suarez, Larson, Bell, Keselowski.
They stayed out. Wanted to get this playoff point. Wanted to put themselves
Jones, Austin Dillon, Alex Bowman, Byron, and Logano.
And they made it happen.
And now the real race starts because we're in stage 3.
Now, what happens for those guys going forward? How do they
I tried to get the IndyCar race on Peacock on my PS4. My PS4 is acting like my router doesn't exist. Clearly it does exist because, hey, our stream is still on. So I don't know what's going on. My PS4 tried to act like my controller didn't exist. And then now it's just saying that there's no router. Well, there's no way to connect. It's like, okay. A guy saying Jeff Gluck should do more to help cars like the 15 get a sponsor instead of calling them back markers. And Gluck said, well, I'm sorry calling a back marker car a back marker is so offensive to you. What's the dumbass tweet of the day from this Jeff guy? Yeah, first of all, what has the 15 car ever done to get a company to stick their fucking logo on it? Oh, I heard Takuma Sato tried to fight during the IndyCar race. What happened there? Of course, I can't see because my PS4 won't connect to the internet. Did they really kick this IndyCar race off of NBC? They sure did. The fucking local news is on here. Somebody said they're watching the IndyCar race in Denver and there's an infomercial on now instead of the IndyCar race.
Welcome back to NASCAR Cup Series racing here in Michigan, presented by Golden Corral. That is Jerry's Pub. Great place here, just down the road from the racetrack. Great food, great beer, friendly service. I've been there a time or two. I know you guys have.
I'll tell you. You said it. Great beer, which basically means cold and on tap. It was A+.
I'm the C, which means a lot of it, too. And we're showing you the crowd here in the infield. It's a sellout in the infield. That hasn't happened since 2012. So from
hey, what else happened at Michigan in 2012, Junior?
Full of campers, full of happy race fans, thrilled to be here this weekend.
I'm telling you, look at the stands. This year has really just felt different, you know? Getting past the pandemic, people coming back to the racetracks. Everywhere we have gone has been just packed. Electric, campers everywhere. Pocono is slammed full. This place is full.
It's a big energy around the whole sport right now. Just people are fired up. The race has been great. Fans are coming out. Huge
40
parties,
minutes into
music
the
everywhere
IndyCar
this
race,
week.
I've seen
Racetrack did
more
a great
commercials
job.
than green flag laps.
Just a fun time.
I believe it. It's on NBC. You get on network TV or whatever.
Coming into stage 2 and
Have more commercials.
crews on pit road are getting ready to bring their drivers in for some service. I think everybody's coming here, but some are going to have to be there.
Suarez stayed out.
How many are coming? I think there's a few that can make it on.
Come on, Bubba.
Stay on the racetrack.
Once again, Bubba's team makes a stupid call.
And it's going to be fuel only for Eric Jones. They're setting themselves up for a shorter fuel stop before the end of the race.
Bubba's team with another dumbass decision, in my opinion.
And we got more info about the 11. Basically, they didn't get as full as they wanted to before, so they stayed out to get that playoff point. They're also have to put a lot of fuel in here, so they're going to do 4 tires in the 11.
Boy, look at that mix bag. A lot of cars staying on the track, flashing by Kyle Larson and Bubba Wallace as well. It was fuel only on the last stop for Larson, so those tires were fairly
Jones,
old.
Larson, Bowman, Hamlin, Kozlowski, Byron, and Bubba.
Stop here will have a very long stop.
But a bunch of guys stayed out.
Time today, so interesting strategy all over the map here in Michigan.
It is all over the map.
I don't agree with anybody that pitted here except the ones that had to pit, like Denny Hamlin.
He started on pit road. He sabotaged my umbrella. He came up to the booth. Now he's back to pit road. So Brad, listen, we just talked about the campers, the fans. I know you love racing. That's why you're an owner in it. That's why you take part of it. Talk about just what it feels like to come to the racetrack with this place being full.
Man, this is absolutely phenomenal. This infield is packed with people. I haven't seen this in a long time. It has absolutely been a buzz around here all weekend. Everybody's excited to see these hot rods, see these guys run 200 miles an hour. I'm so excited. It's been a great day. I'm glad the weather's held off. The question I have is yesterday we were freaking out when Noah Gragson stayed out for that playoff point. Did Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson make a mistake?
Yes.
That's what I need.
Everybody that just pitted made a mistake, but Hamlin had to.
Too far back in the field.
Well, the 5 has pinned himself even farther, Brad, because he was speeding on pit road.
Kyle Larson sped on pit road. Well, I'm not getting any money today. He was my best shot.
So, Brad, I want to know 3 things.
Because I just don't think Truex has what it takes. Larson was my best shot.
Who your favorite is looking at the rundown?
I've got a dry shirt. I have not been to Jerry's. And my favorite, as we get towards the end of this race, I'm liking a little bit of Kevin Harvick. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm liking
If the race goes green all the way, Harvick can win.
Brad, I love it. I love it. I appreciate it. We're going to fix the Jerry's thing next year. You just tag along. It's going to be great. Listen, what Brad says makes a lot of sense.
Logano's lucked into track position for the 3rd stage. How typical.
This race started. The 4 car has shown up when it mattered most. Now, they haven't closed the deal, but they at least have a car that I think has a shot at closing the deal. I haven't been able to say that in a lot of places there, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Kevin Harvick's had a lot of speed. He's been really aggressive on track. You see, whenever he's had a run at somebody, he would take it. He's going to restart 6 right here. In good position as far as with strategy, with fuel, and all that is in good position. So, yeah, I mean, listen, you can't let this team up. If you got them down, you better keep them down. And the fact that they've had the speed today, Kevin Harvick knows how to win. He's going to take the fight.
Everybody in the top 12 stayed out.
Yeah, this is the best they've been, in my opinion.
From Suarez to Ty Dillon. 13th on back, everybody pitted. Look at where Bubba's at now. What'd I tell you? They're fucking stupid.
Mattered a whole lot. I'm going to draw a line right here.
Booty Barker can build a fast race car, but I don't understand some of these strategy calls.
Fuel needing only 1 more pit stop. The difference is they need more fuel. Jones, Larson, Bowman, everybody who just pitted, they're going to need about 25 laps less fuel. What does that equate to? 25 laps of fuel is about, we'll call it 4 or 4.5 gallons. Here's the issue. On a 4-tire pit stop, you can only put in 15 gallons of gas if you're going to drop the jack when the tires are tight. So if you need more than 15 gallons, you are
We haven't had anybody lose a tire lately.
to dump.
What's going on? We're due.
Not a huge penalty, but if
Who's going to lose a tire on the last stop in the third stage?
2, 3 seconds slower stop, trying to hold on that
23 is going to lose a tire in the last stage. You watch.
Suarez to Jones, they need this thing to go, or to Dillon, they need it to go green. They need to just, be fine and pit under green.
Suarez, Bill, Austin Dillon, and Joey Logano. Well, Austin Dillon's going to make some content for his reality show here.
Down pit road under penalty as the choose happens.
Truex is my last shot at money.
How far back he came after that pit stop. He's going to restart all the way back in about 16th place. Larson serving his penalty.
They're putting lefts on. They did too. Now they're putting lefts and topping off.
To the car. Marty.
Jeff, has been a solid but not spectacular day for Steve's pick to win the race. Martin Truex Jr. and some frustration on the radio under the last caution. Listen.
We can't pit again. We ain't going anywhere. Because it all went bad. Now you want to pit again.
Truex saying exactly what I'm saying.
I've lost it where we're at here, that's all. We caught on restart. Everybody else on the same strategy.
James Small's Australian. We lost it on restarts.
We got to get as many as we can now.
So, Steve, some upset feelings.
I'm with Truex.
Starts not getting stage points. And James Small did tell Martin, listen, when we give you a number, that means that's where I want you to go on the restart. Please listen to me. It'll help everybody.
I hear some jabs. I hear some jabs from the crew chief, some grabs. I've been there. I'm an expert at that.
Oh, yeah, Junior shit talk a fucking crew chief, especially the Uries. Tony Urie Jr. anyway. Tony Urie Jr. and Lance McGrew get an earful from Dale Jr.
I give you a number.
But not Letarte and not Tony Urie Sr.
Pick the lane I'm telling you to pick. But
Greg Ives would get it too. Greg Ives had it bad with Junior.
Say, okay, that's fine, but it's not working. You need to listen.
I'll never understand how Junior was so fucking difficult with crew chiefs.
Is coming to an end and they all know it.
Stage 3, getting ready to get started here. 74 laps to go. Suarez, Christopher Bell.
Let's go Suarez, even though you're kind of fucked on fuel strategy. But you got the track position, so it can still work out. I like having the track position. There's no guarantee this will go green all the way. Those guys that pitted are hoping to get green flag pit stops. I'm not so sure.
Not enough momentum. Top there. Suarez still tight.
Let's go Suarez. Let's go Suarez.
Lead on turn 2.
There you go.
Suarez clear out.
Ross said, I ain't pushing Joey Logano. Like Junior said, Ross ain't going to push nobody. He sees a run, he takes it. He doesn't stay behind anybody. He's into third now.
They get after on these restarts. It's really a great opportunity to try to take advantage.
I think Bell is in the best position to win the race. I think he's got the best car right now of this top 5.
There's Denny Hamlin. He had a great restart.
Then I'd say Chastain's the second best car, but Suarez has the lead in the clean air.
Denny Hamlin's picked up 5 spots already.
I talk a lot about strategy, but you want to help make the strategy look good? That's a fast race car. Makes a lot of things look better.
Harvick's clear for 6th.
He's already in front of Truex. You heard James Small's
I feel like Harvick's just out of reach to be able to win this race. Bubba's already up to 11th. Look at that. Bubba restarted 19th. He's 11th. So he's making their shitty strategy not look so shitty at the moment.
Clean air for that 99 car is his friend. He's going to have to try to
give me the lead. I don't give a fuck.
This 20 car has.
Everybody's got to pit one more time. So just give me the fucking lead.
Can he draw even? Can he get up underneath this 99? Can't do it. Then Hamlin's still moving forward behind these guys back there, taking over 7th from Briscoe. He'll be in this battle here soon enough.
Christopher this time went up to the top of the racetrack on corner exit, trying to carry a little momentum down the straight.
Now all of a sudden Logano's got a fast enough car to run fourth.
Where the 99 car is strong and where he's weak. Take advantage of your strengths and take advantage of his weaknesses. That's what he's trying to do right now. Such an interesting line. And he drives in the corner low and washes up the racetrack.
I'm going to pit with about 40 to go.
Allows him to be in the throttle to gain this speed down the straights.
This 3 right here, 2.5, half a lane lower, 1 lane lower, almost to the white line.
Frank Gibbs
now
started at 99.
Got really tight on exit, no run.
Is it windy? Because them cameras on the front stretch are going wobbling up and down.
Still 2, squared
Bubba is 10th on their shitty strategy.
3 back.
Bubba is faster than the 19, the 14, the 4, the 3, and the fucking 22, and he's stuck behind all of them.
Great deal with RP driver. Who won so many races. Great racing family.
I love the info and the cadence. Talk to him in the corners, give him an update on corner exit, and be quiet down the straightaway. Let your man have some time to himself, and then jump right back in on the next set of corners.
All right, so this time Bell showed him something a little different. Entered high, and then turned left to try to get underneath him on corner exit. That was a different move.
You get home later, we can do them KO Perico setups you got.
We'll try.
Yeah. I'm up for it. Nice.
The 20 car is a little better in 1 and 2. Maybe
Bell's been better all day than most everybody's raced with.
Oh, they're going so slow right there.
Yeah.
Suarez doing an awesome job.
But then you see the thing, they're going 200 as they hit turn 1.
Doing everything right.
With the old car, with the 550 package, they'd be going like 188-ish, 189 off into turn 1.
But now it's just really hard back there, one spot at a time, very slowly moving his way through.
Bubba 9th.
He's actually stuck still behind Chase Briscoe, not able to move forward.
Ty Gibbs and Truex racing for 10th. There goes my money.
For 10th position. Ty Gibbs going to slide up in front of the 19 here. Take away his air. Look, the 19 had to come off the throttle there. That's going to cost him a little momentum.
A little momentum and maybe another spot or two.
But he gets a big push.
What the fuck is this camera doing? You see that camera going?
Pushing was pretty nice right there.
Whoa! 43 just sent Alex Bowman up the track and won.
It was just a wiggle or if he had help.
I think he had help.
Such a huge run down the front straightaway, and Truex decided to stay in line, and I think the chain reaction...
Bowman has been just a ghost since Las Vegas this year, it seems like.
Really, the 48 had nowhere...
Oh, no, the 48 got tight. Never mind, 43 never touched him. The way he went up the hill, I was convinced 43 run him over.
He's on the back of the car, stands around. He just got loose kid in the corner.
Really a good thing the 43 was that far behind him. If he'd been right on his bumper, that could have been day over.
It happened so quickly. I actually thought the 43 had gotten into it.
That's what I thought.
Seeing a replay, there was no contact.
Jeff Burton was already thinking of a way to blame Ross Chastain, who's in third, not anywhere near this.
Like, you hit that loose kid in the corner, and you just got to go back to work.
Some great battles here as Daniel Suarez continues to lead over Christopher Bell in Michigan.
Got a 3-car battle for the lead shaping up here.
Ty Gibbs will get him a top 10 today.
He's been better and better and better every week.
It's a little payday for him.
Bell just looking for a way around Suarez. I wouldn't mind some rain to get Suarez another win. Harvick trying to pass Austin Dillon for 5th, but not going to get it done this lap because Hamlin's going to push the 3 right back by him. And Hamlin's going to try to pass Harvick now. Harvick sent it off in the corner. Pushes up the track, pushes up the track. Chastain to the inside of Bell for 2nd. That's going to help Suarez. Oh, man, I just realized Bell's in the middle of a Trackhouse gangbang. He's not going to get anything done here. I know they're going to have to wait longer on gas for the 99, but I still think they're in a good spot to win.
You know, Ross is happy because he's like, hey, you remember when you and Denny came and gangbanged me earlier?
Yeah. Remember, if Suarez wins, I was in favor of their strategy. I want to.
So was Truex.
I want to look smart. Yeah, Truex wanted to know what the fuck was going on. Bubba's 8th. The best Bubba's run in the last little while, I think. Got to overcome their shitty strategy somehow.
Can't pass.
Steak and lobster. Oh, it's an Applebee's commercial, not an Outback commercial. Darlington, next time I can taste the Calabash chicken already.
Oh, boy.
Oh, battle for lead here. I think Bell's got it. Get that fucking NBC shit off the screen.
Big battle.
I thought Bill was going to get it.
Christopher Bell to the
He might get it here into 1. No, Suarez, don't let it go.
Daniel fights back on the outside.
Suarez car pushing up the track. Not enough to lean on the 20. He's got more momentum on the high line. Here comes Chastain. Bill had to tuck in behind him.
Yeah.
Jumps in behind him.
I'm not letting those Trackhouse cars get nose to tail. I'm getting in there.
Oh, goodness.
I thought for sure the one.
There he goes.
Now Bill to the outside. Now he's going to swap across his back bumper and go to the bottom. Couldn't do it.
Suarez is clearly tight. Front of the car is not working as well as it was.
Suarez can't get in that fuel window fast enough. His car is starting to really go away. It's tight.
Suarez came on the radio and said the one says he will push us if you pin that 20 down to the bottom. So he knows he has help.
I was wondering if Ross would work with his teammate or just try to steal the lead for himself, but he's confirmed he will push the 99 if he gets side by side with Bill. So yeah, Bill's fucked here. He's in the middle of that Trackhouse sandwich.
Right in the middle of 3 and 4.
He's going to have to mind Ross behind him as much as he minds the 99 in front of him.
And Daniel hasn't moved up the racetrack in 3 and 4, and I think that's because he's so tight down there. He's afraid that if he goes up there, it's going to be tighter and even worse. And it's a risk you take. But that's the only way he can really kind of take away that advantage the 20 has of running that higher line.
Yeah, are you going what's better for you or what's worse for him? You know, it's kind of a catch-22.
Bill wants the outside. If Bill could ever get to the outside of him,
Ross is doing what's best for the team for now.
He go left. He knows
Well, it's 60 to go. We're about
trying to carry some momentum.
10 or 15 laps away from the fuel window, I think. I'll err on the side of about 15 laps.
Take that line away, and you see what it does. It backs them both up to this one car.
We didn't see the speed out of Trackhouse in practice. Big improvements in the race, though.
Bill fake to the bottom, then goes back to the top, trying to draw the 99 down. Didn't make it happen.
This does change Bell's attitude, though, and what he can do. He knows that if he gets underneath Suarez and he can't clear him, he knows that Ross Chastain is going to go with his teammate. He didn't have to hear the radio transmission to understand that. He knows how teamwork's going to work together.
I laugh at you drivers. Fake to the bottom at 202 miles an hour. We're going to fake left and go right.
He's just trying to do anything he can to get this 99 off the top of the racetrack down here in 1 and 2.
Where's Blaney running? He's 14th. Well, that's pretty good considering. Still not great. Suarez tied again, giving Bell another chance.
That's frustrating.
You'll get it. Bell will get this. If he can just stay ahead of Ross far enough, he can make this work.
Lower. 99 sees that in the mirror.
Lower. Bubba up to 7th. They just passed Austin Dillon. Bubba getting strong at the right time.
There you go. That was the radio, I believe the 20 spotter right there.
What a great battle. Every time, Junior, that little
This is it right here. But now look, they get slowed down and they get close enough for Ross to be able to give just enough of a draft to the 99. Come on. Lean on him, Suarez. Follow him down there. There you go. See how fucking low the 99 ran him down? And here comes Ross. He's going to shove the 99 right by the 20.
Where does Ross go?
Go with the 99, Ross. You got to. That's the only way you're going to get by the 20 is to help the 99. Beautiful. He would have never made that pass on Bill without doing that. So.
He's got 2 of them he's got to go by.
And Ross ain't going to play no game.
That is so frustrating as a driver. If Christopher Bell could have cleared Suarez, I think he could drive away from him. I'm
frustrated.
Junior said he's getting mad watching this.
Hamlin
I knew that was going to happen.
2.5, 3 seconds.
And it worked out great for Ross.
Let's see what Ross does or how he tries to put something together that might be able to give him a chance.
Logano's going to get in this if they're not careful.
Right here. Big push off the front of that 20 car.
I don't know if Ross has the speed, but Ross doesn't want to give up. He just saw.
Just push the leader out far.
He had a run there. He could have went to Suarez's inside and try to make something happen, but he didn't take it.
Right there for all of us to see him.
He's running lower than the 99, but he could have made a run at him into turn 1.
Maybe side draft and out drive him into 1 and take the spot, but decided to push him down the front straightaway. But I just think that
Denny's strategy's paying off. I just think he's a little too far back to have a shot at winning, but he did pass Logano.
To the inside he goes. just don't think no way you want to be riding.
I don't think Ross is actively racing Suarez hard. I just think Suarez is so tight and Ross can run the bottom better, so he's getting these runs on him out of the corner.
So if you could push your teammate out there a little bit, you're going to give him a little bit of breathing room to come to pit road.
Well, behind this battle is Denny Hamlin, and Denny Hamlin.
Denny's flying.
There he is, right there.
My God. I thought they were screwed. That was Bell talking about
which car that was.
Suarez. I had to be. Oh, no, it was Ross.
Wanting to work together and try to drive away from the 20. Easier said than
Well, they need to stay together and drive away from the 11. I'm not worried about the 20 now. I'm worried about the 11. So now Bell has some help. It's a tag team match, player. Holla, holla.
Into this fight really quickly is turning into a tag team match. And he's telling Bell,
I just said that.
Buddy, I'm coming with you.
I said it's a tag team match. Holla, holla.
2-on-2.
Bell and Hamlin versus Chastain and Suarez. Fucking team orders.
This is low.
Hey, Larson's back in the top 10.
This is now because the two cars in front of him are offset from each other.
We're coming up on pit stops.
Taking more air off.
Another 8 to 10 laps, I'd say you're going to see cars pit.
He could get away from the 99, but now he's got 2. And look what they're doing. They're taking double.
Hamlin's still cutting into that lead.
Final pit window now.
Final pit window now opens.
I don't know if I'd pit this early. Especially for Suarez, you got less gas than everybody else. Hamlin's got the most gas, so really Hamlin's in a great spot here.
He's going by Bell.
It's going to be one thing trying to make that pass. I wish Bubba was 5th because Bubba would get right in the middle of this. He's like just a little too far back. He's 6th, half a second behind Harvick. God, I think Bell needs to let Hamlin get in front of him. You gotta let him. He did. Good call, Bill. I don't know if he let him go or not, but that's the right choice. It's a tough thing to do, but it's good to let the 11 go. Damn, what a good race this has been. Best Michigan race since the late summer race in 2012 who won that one? Biffle? Yeah, Biffle. That was the second race on the new Michigan, I think. Because Junior won the first that year.
I'm getting frustrated watching this.
It's great, though. Because all this is doing, everybody further back's creeping up. I saw Harvick. Harvick and Bubba are right behind him now. Harvick and Bubba are going to be close enough here to maybe do something. That's another group. Hey, stay behind me. Get up on these guys, and then we'll figure it out. I didn't like Bubba's strategy because I didn't like how that car looked for the middle part of the race where they were just falling back. But now I see, yeah, they've adjusted. They're fast again, but I still feel like they're just out of reach of having a chance to win. Because Suarez is up here in the lead doing the opposite strategy. Hamlin pitted way later than Bubba. He's right here now.
Welcome back, NASCAR Cup Series racing from Michigan, presented by Golf Corral. An incredible race shaping up as we get closing in to the end of stage 3 and the end of this race, Kim.
Austin Dillon, the first car on pit road. He was, what, 8th?
Taking tires. Crew Chief Justin Alexander said the 2 things working in their favor. This is one of Austin's better tracks, and it's more conducive to different strategies, which we've seen all race long. Austin said he's pretty happy with the handling on that 3 car.
So the first one to make green flag pit stops. Quick update on the leaders. The 99 of Daniel Suarez.
Chase Elliott still 19th. He's been 16th to 20th all day. Briscoe on pit road.
To come to pit road. He has to come first. How long will Chastain wait? We got 14 on pit road now, Kim.
Slow stop on Briscoe. That's going to kill his shot at the top 10. Bubba top 5. He just passed Harvick.
Specifically on pit road, you saw the chassis adjustment there. 4 tires.
Come on, Bubba. He got by Harvick fairly easily, I think.
Rushed the wall. That made a force the pit stop to come a little early. So,
oh yeah, Bubba's gained a lot. He's within 2 seconds of the leader now. He got by Harvick really fast. Harvick probably let him go.
Chastain, who needs a little bit more fuel than Hamlin. Will that play a difference?
The other part of that, you talk about executing. How do you get on pit road? Does the driver get on pit road? This is when we saw the 5 car. He had a speeding penalty earlier. on these green flag stops, you're tempted to get in there a little bit too hard, Marty. You get a speed
Damn.
bump.
Wasn't he just 19th a minute ago?
He was not, but he did come from further back because he had the penalty. Yeah. I keep looking up off of 4 to see how far behind Bubba is.
He restarted 24.
Bubba gained 2/10 that lap.
Plus 17 spots.
Bubba's coming. Oh yeah, and it's ticking down. Got to nail this pit stop, 23 guys. I'm telling you, you're in the hunt. You're in the hunt. Suarez has to put more gas in. That's going to hurt him.
I think it's the fastest car.
Bubba's the fastest car on the track.
Top 5. Look at that. The Xfinity fastest lap.
God, that strategy just has him just out of reach, though.
Miles an hour in the race.
But I think he can get there. We got 45 to go.
Cars on rails.
Well, he is. He's running this pack down.
Oh, man.
Speed that lap. A couple tenths faster than this lead trio.
Starting to get excited.
Bringing himself back into this.
I'm happy with anybody in this top 5 winning except for Hamlin. And I don't even hate Hamlin, but I'd love to see Suarez, Ross, Bubba, or Bell win.
About the 20 car, Christopher Bell falling off a little bit here.
I think Bell used up all his stuff.
Hamlin and Denny drove all the way up to 3rd place, but really doesn't have an answer for
Yep, Busher pits.
I thought, well, I can't believe Austin Dillon's the only one.
Christopher Bell on pit road, the 17 car.
Yeah, Busher. Sorry, Chris Busher. Listen, I still can't get the right driver in the 48. It's taking me 5 weeks.
Well, you talk about Christopher Bell is falling off, son. You wonder if he hurt his time a little bit. In that battle with Suarez, did he maybe overload those front tires, and now he's paying the price for it?
10-second stop on Busher, so a great stop.
Bubba's run stalled out the last 2 laps.
The fuel quantities, I don't think it's going to be as big a deal as we think.
That's what I was saying. That's why I liked what Suarez did. I like what the 99 guys did. Got him the lead.
They're stretching their tanks. I said that off the 99, who's now run 54 laps on this tank of fuel. He only has to run 44 to the finish. There we go. Great bias right.
That's the 1 car. And the 99.
Trackhouse cars pitting, 43 to go this time.
Opportunity to see if the fuel quantities do or do not make a difference. These cars
get a lot of time now.
Yeah.
They might just take off with the lead.
Yeah, that's true. 2 cars can make a big difference here, especially if the cars behind you get spread out.
And Steve, what a comeback there for Ross Chastain to get that 1 car from that.
Let's see how long Suarez's stop is compared to Ross.
He probably had a better car than Daniel Suarez over that last part of that run, but stuck behind him and kept drafting, trying to hold off those.
Ross with a 10.2. They didn't hold Suarez too long. That's not bad at all. Ross got in front of him, but the 1 and the 99 are coming out together.
2 car lengths is how much the 99 had to wait on fuel. They both waited a little bit on the left
It was just enough to get Chastain in front of Suarez, but still, it's a net gain for Suarez. He's going to finish way better than where he was running.
He stays on the racetrack, but the 4 of Harvick says, I'm going to join this group and come to pit road now. Kim.
And no surprise if you talked to Rodney Childers this morning, because he felt like they had a top 5 car for Kevin Harvick.
Ross fucking gapped the 99. You see that?
Tires, so you see him finishing up his stop right there, Kevin Harvick.
Damn.
These guys need to pit ASAP.
Nice on and off pit road. The 11 stays on the racetrack.
I'm wondering who's going to run long on this and hope for a caution.
Oh, we got a crash on the front straight.
Wreck! Oh no, Bell it! Did Ross wreck Christopher Bell? Caution's out.
Get together.
This is great for Bubba and Hamlin. Oh my God!
Christopher Bell gets turned in the wall.
Oh, this couldn't have been any better for Bubba and Hamlin, I think. Ross wrecked the 20, I think. Oh no.
Anything, Ben? I think it's killed.
Take a look at what happened through turn 3 and 4 as you look at the left front damage to the 1.
What happened?
Ross trying to go.
Don't do it, Ross. Don't do it. He did it. He did it.
Positioning. He goes to the outside.
Oh, did Bell block?
He ain't done nothing. Ross ain't done nothing. Ross didn't do anything.
Oh boy.
Ross didn't do anything. He held his own line.
Ross had just come out on tires, just trying to get back by the 20, and Christopher Bell just.
Yeah, a little dumb on Bell's part. Yeah. Why was Bell running him that hard?
Chastain with a really smart move right here. Look like Bell was having a problem right there.
Oh my God.
And then they make contact.
That angle looks like he turned.
I'm the first guy I've been calling Ross Chastain out for some rough
That's
driving,
Bell.
but, I mean, I think he was to the 20s outside. I mean,
Yeah. Why is Bell running him that hard?
I'm glad they see it that way.
Yeah.
I am so glad they are not.
I did almost got Bubba.
It's not there.
Yeah, I just think it. This car, it's a little bit harder to see.
Nah, that's on Bill. That's not on Ross. Bill probably going to be mad at Ross, but that's on Bill. That's your fault. Ross is to his outside, and Bill just fucking came up.
Where cars are clear.
Need to have a little more awareness in the 20 car there. Because the 20 car was good enough to win this race and threw it away. And now Ross has to pit an extra time to check the damage. See if they have any right front damage or left front damage. Because he got squeezed pretty good.
The understanding of being clear isn't as crystal clear, no pun intended.
I'd like to hear the spotter of the 20 during that deal.
Listen, Christopher Bell might be mad at the one.
Look at that fucking car. Have to get the fucking saw gun out to get that right front off the 20. I don't think that's coming off.
Rough. I mean, it's 40 to go in the race. He moves left. The 20 kind of blocks. He moves back right, and
they got it.
The other thing is like, this is not, this kind of throws the strategy.
So we're all in agreement that was Christopher Bell's fault.
Out the window, right? Ross doesn't need to create a caution right there. They need this to cycle through. Parker.
He's got the 11 there, Denny Hamlin, who pinned here now under this caution, just still a bit tight in that race car. On the exit of the corners, they continue to make adjustments here and 4 tires and put it in the field, Marty.
Parker, this
Let's see. Come on, 23 guys. 2 tires, 2 tires, 2 tires, 2 tires. They're going to change 4? I don't agree with 4. Go, 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 go. Hamlin, Bubba, Larson.
Needs a little bit more turn. Kyle Larson's in his
Here we go.
Very edgy at the start, but this track position should help. And everyone holds their serve there. Top 3 junior stays the same.
Could be the caution that wins Hamlin or Bubba the race. Good stop by Bubba's team.
We'll be back.
I'd have said 2 tires, but I like that they took 4 now that everybody else took 4. Remember how the Rock used to do the people's elbow? You ever see when he did it to the British Bulldog? Watch what he does. The slide, that was awesome. I don't want to hear anybody say a goddamn word about Ross Chastain after Christopher Bell wrecked himself. No, I don't have a crush on Ross, but when he didn't do anything wrong there, he didn't do anything wrong. Because he didn't do anything wrong. Car high. Maybe the 20 car and spotters should be a little more fucking aware of what they're doing. You got a guy coming around you with fresher tires that just pitted, and you're going to try to fucking block him in the wall. And he got wrecked. Oh, well. Like I said, maybe they should be more aware of their surroundings and what they're racing against. Ross has done a lot of dumb shit this year, but there's a lot of shit that he really didn't do that he gets blamed for. Oh, fucking Ross every week. Ross Chastain is not a dirty driver. He just drives over his fucking head. Joey Logano's dirty. Ross, I really don't think is dirty. Because I don't think he intentionally runs into anybody. Nah. He just drives like a dumbass. He's a dumb driver. Logano's dirty. And I never said Kyle Busch. Where did I ever say Kyle Busch was dirty? You're going to have to dig that one up because I don't ever seem to recall saying Kyle Busch is dirty. But Joey, yeah. If you think Ross is a dirty driver, then you have to say that Chase Briscoe and Kyle Larson are dirty drivers because they drive the same fucking way. It's just they don't make as many mistakes as Ross. Especially, well, Briscoe does, but Kyle Larson sure doesn't. You have to say that Brad Keselowski's a dirty driver. I don't think he's a dirty driver either.
Which one of them is sabotaging their chance at $100,000?
Who is
Snake in the Grass, hosted by Bobby Bones, coming up next on USA. Great aerial coverage today, brought to you by Geico. As we
I don't
what's going on here at Michigan. Looking at some of the finishes.
We wouldn't know if fucking my PS4 would connect.
Look how close these are, guys. Logano just barely winning that one. Another close one there between Denny and the 4 car of Harvick. And then Ryan Blaney just beating that 24 across the finish line last year. Always seem to get these late yellows that provide us those opportunities to see those type of finishes. And
So I think Harvick's the leader.
The 6th yellow of the day is out 15 laps.
Trackhouse wanted
Scott
that
Dixon
cycle
was taking the
to
lead.
work its way through. They didn't want a yellow flag. That yellow flag is going to trap the 1 car a lap down, Chastain, but it gives Suarez the opportunity to get back on the lead lap. I believe he was the free pass car there as we ride on the Coca-Cola can.
Yeah, he definitely didn't want a yellow. And during this cycle right here, we've had a couple pretty big penalties. So first, speeding penalty by the youngster.
Harvick, Hamlin, and Bubba.
He's done a really nice job.
Bubba's going to win. And it's going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious, I tell you.
And it's a big one. Denny Hamlin, the 11. Too many men over pit walls. So let's take a look at
Denny
the
got
pit
a
stop.
penalty.
He's not
Oh, really?
because the tire rolls away.
Too many men.
Now Bubba's definitely going to fucking win.
Tire's fine. The guy laying on pit road, they don't care about that. It's right here. We stop this. This man right here, watch him. He's in the pit box. You can't stand over pit wall. It's not the guy that leans over with his hand. NASCAR got rid of all that. They said, listen, if you touch it with your hand, that's like a ticky-tack foul. You're trying to keep tires from rolling away. That's a great idea.
I think Bubba's going to win.
If we shoot where he is on pit road, you're going to see an opening
I hope.
to his pit box. That white line.
His biggest competition's a washed-up fucking boomer. Look at the cars he's running with. He's better than all these guys.
Now, standing on the hot side, that's too many men during the pit stop.
That's their 31st in-race penalty of the year. That is an unbelievable...
Harvick and Bubba on the front row. Larson and Bowman on the second.
Oh, boy, we're gonna
Bubba, it's not even close in the top 10 on who has the best car out of this whole top 10. It's just a matter of is he going to get a good push on the start and not fall too far behind and get stuck in dirty air. Diddy Hamlin. Oh my God, no. That was like Star Wars prequels levels of acting there.
And Christopher Bell got wrecked.
Yeah.
It's just like
Chastain's a lap down. Bell got wrecked. Hamlin got a penalty. Dude, this couldn't be set up any better. What a fucking day this is possibly going to be.
But like I said, I mean, Trackhouse is going the 2.
I'm shitting myself right now.
And for Kevin Harvick.
Oh no, Kevin Harvick is dirty because what Kevin Harvick does is intentional.
End that 65 race winless streak and to get a win to get
Find me a clip of Ross wrecking somebody on purpose.
The 4 teams
Find me a clip.
Get there right now. Kevin Harvick, he's going to have clean air, and this is.
I've seen him drive over his head a lot and hit people.
At one point this year, whenever him and somebody else was fucking around, that he did.
Well, yeah, AJ hit him at Coda, so Ross hit him back.
Made no adjustment.
Yeah, I would say AJ hit him first.
With a fast forward for Kevin Harvick.
That's different than just.
Larson's been good. I think Larson's got a good shot at this. I get money if Larson wins, so I'm not going to be that upset.
Every time they just simply execute, he actually has a term for it. When they just
I think this is going to be a race between Larson and Bubba. Harvick's good. Yeah.
Will not get a green.
But it's just going to be who's the leader.
Yeah. It's Harvick for now.
Whoever has the lead.
Harvick and
Alex Bowman, I need you to push like you've never pushed before.
Suarez proved it with Bell. You can't miss the lead.
16 points. Neither of these drivers have a win. Now in control of the race.
Push!
35 to go. We're back under.
A little better pushing that outside from Larson to Harvick. Come on, 48.
Big push on the outside.
Damn.
Organization of 3 cars. Create momentum to give Harvick the lead.
Bubba, big run through the center here. Come on, man.
Get them Toyota.
Ain't got no help on the bottom, though. He's gonna have to tuck up behind Larson before the 22 gets there. He's gonna have to get behind Larson. Oh man, he couldn't get there. He wanted to get there, but he couldn't. Larson's gonna pinch him down. Bubba's car's washing up the track. It's pushing Larson wide. Harvick's starting to pull away already. Damn it.
Look at the
You're gonna have to get behind the 5, Bubba.
position. All that helped Kevin Harvick.
Big run by the 22.
Oh. Logano takes him 3 wide per second. Bubba, I thought he was going to block him and kill them all.
Lost it.
Oh, Logano's going to fucking wipe him out. Oh, boy. Bubba across the nose at Larson. He was not clear.
Thanks, Joey.
But now Bubba's got the better line. He's on the outside. Here comes his buddy.
Thanks, Joey.
Here comes his buddy. Joey's clear for second, but I just don't think he's fast enough. Bubba's going to get tight here, I think. Yeah. Logano loose. but clears Bubba. Damn, Harvick's taking off.
Right there. Look at the gain that he got.
Damn.
Oh boy.
Look at that track.
If Bubba can settle in here, I think he's going to have the fastest car. But Harvick's car is so good on long runs. And Harvick ain't had clean air like this all day. And Logano is going to do a brilliant job at getting in the fucking way.
Terrific on the longer runs today. Really kept pace with his teammate or his corporate teammate Denny Hamlin when they came up through the field last.
Yeah, Bubba, I don't know if he was clear of Larson, but he was clear enough to not wreck him. Hey, my picks are 8th and 9th.
Never been in this position. Having to beat Kevin Harvick, who's won here 5 times.
Bubba's going to need help from Blaney to get this done.
Who's a champion. How does Bubba react now? He's back.
32 to go.
Everyone trying to keep him calm, but these next
calm it down. You got the best car.
On the left side, you see how few cars.
I knew he was on the front row, but starting on the inside line was gonna suck.
The chaos of the restart.
But you had to get up on the front row to have a
32
chance.
laps. This is where I want Spotter and Coochie. All right, Bubba? You did fine. We're still in third. We haven't given this thing up yet. You fought hard with contact with Larson. Settle in.
Blaney will probably go with Bubba before he does Logano, and Logano is his teammate.
20 laps. This much better after 25 laps. You will catch him.
Hamlin back in the top 10 already after a penalty. He gets another caution. He's still going to have a chance. Yeah, all things considered, Bubba came out pretty good after that mess. He could be in the same position Larson is right now. Back in 10th place, 9th place, whatever.
Logano in second, about a 10th of a second faster than Kevin Harvick in the lead. Car a little loose down there on the bottom. Underneath his teammate.
God damn it, this 1-2 couldn't be any worse. Harvick and Logano. 2 of the biggest asswats in NASCAR. I'm amazed at how fast Hamlin's tearing through here, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Hope it's legal.
4 of your top 5 hasn't won a race.
What can you do with it? And you got to give Alan Gustafson and Chase credit. They haven't given up all day long, and here they are in the top 10 with 30 to go.
Oh, Hamlin. Oh, boy, he lost the nose big time. Hamlin just sent it through 2 and almost completely took out Larson. Just missed him.
Push him down the back straightaway.
Harvick's pulling away still. God damn it, we need a caution. Need a caution.
Larson trying to recover from that.
There's a caution. I hope Bubba picks the outside this time. You had to get up on that front row, though, when you have the chance.
He's going to let it go. Yeah.
Kevin Harvick out front still by a second and a half.
You talk about Kevin Harvick. Let's not forget, right? It's not just not been the Erie ones. It's been 65 races since Kevin Harvick has gone.
28 to go. Second and a half lead.
So this is more. This is way more than make the.
Yeah, how about Bowman being the best Hendrick car at the moment? Larson's probably the fastest, but Bowman's got the best position right now.
Want to give a shot of adrenaline. I don't know what turned it around today for the Fords, but you don't want this guy to get hot heading into the playoffs.
Is Harvick going to figure out how to win a race again?
If he wins today, I don't think the numbers and the stats are going to tell you what a shock this is. He's won 4 out of the last 6 races here at this racetrack, so it's going to chalk it up as another win. 6
that
wins.
Beautifully timed caution worked out for Harvick, Bubba, and Logano.
Harvick has been one of those drivers that admittedly at the beginning of the season struggled with this next-gen car.
Truex out of the playoffs if Harvick wins. Only by 21 points, though. Then it becomes Truex versus Blaney for the next 3 weeks. Harvick pulling away. Almost 2 seconds now. Remember when I said if he got a long green run, he was going to win? I said that like 50 laps ago. I didn't think he'd get lucky and get in this position when the caution came out the way it did. Logano's losing ground. I think Bubba's better than him, but I don't think Bubba or Blaney's going to be able to run Harvick down. Have to get around Logano first. It's going to be a tag team effort to get around Logano. You know that.
Would get the free pass if the caution came out. He's hoping for that yellow to give him that opportunity.
25 cars in the lead lap.
Ross, first car lap down.
Marty, what you got on the 19 car?
Did you check out those playoffs?
Boomers are going to be upset. Bubba swerved across the front bumper of Larson, so they've got their fucking Facebook comments for the next 2 weeks.
Is currently 4th in the regular season championship standings, so close to winning so many races this year. If Harvick pulls this off, Steve, boy, unbelievable that the fourth place guy in the regular season points will currently be out of the playoffs.
Harvick, almost a 3-second gap now. Joey Logano is a rolling chicane.
Kind of lost a little ground to the 22, but Jeff that last lap, he flipped it back to offense.
Need a caution, man.
That's been this weakness of this 22 car all day.
And look at Joey moving up track, take his fucking line off. Yeah, I'm Joey. I'm running second. Can't catch the leader. Maybe I should let this guy go and run him down for me. No, I'm going to block like a dumb fuck.
Talked about it earlier. That's
Because I'm Joey Logano and I'm a dumbass piece of shit.
He's out by 2.5 seconds right
Classic Logano.
43 car with Bubba Wallace said it is faster, but he's going
Can we please get a yellow?
getting by Joey Logano.
Need a caution.
Well, as these two are racing, Harvick has stretched it to 2.8 seconds, running the fastest laps we've seen from the 4 all day. Clean air, confidence. We've said the talent of Kevin Harvick was never the question. The talent of the team was never the question. They had to get that talent meshed together and get the car.
Need a caution. That 22 would look real good backed in the wall if I'm the fucking 23. I'm sorry. I'm faster than you and you're fucking me.
Led all the success.
Isn't that what they said on NASCAR 98? I'm faster than you and you're fucking me. No, that's not what he said.
Ford said the 4 wins in 2022 is just simply not enough. Lit a fire, everybody. This is the home of Michigan, home of Ford. Be a great place to turn that around.
Is Tony Stewart at the track? Tony Stewart's kind of become like Teresa Earnhardt. You don't really see him around much. Joey's killing him. It's fucking driving me crazy. But I knew this would happen. As soon as I saw Joey was able to get in front.
Find a way to get door to door with the 22.
Yeah, they've driven away from Blaney, so he can make a move here without worrying about losing the spot to Blaney.
He tried to get to the inside there and make a little side draft happen, just couldn't get it done. He's going back to the top of the racetrack to create some momentum. Off of turn 4. Isn't able to do it.
Sickening to watch this happen right now.
No run whatsoever down the front straightaway here. Back into turn 1.
Just hoping for a caution. But I'm staying out. I'm not pitting. Anybody who pits from here on is a dumbass. I'm sorry. Staying out if there's a caution.
Blaney somehow has fallen off the back of this little battle here.
That's bad for Bubba if Blaney fell off. I think he could have used Blaney to get by the 22.
Eric Jones in that 23. We talked about the pace of this car today. And that 19 of Truex.
Bubba got some clean air on the bottom that time.
Well, but behind him,
Joey's car pushed up.
We see Bowman, but the 5 and the 11
I'm all snaking after each other down the front stretch trying to catch a draft.
work their way up into this battle.
Can't believe the lead Harvick has right now. It's almost 4 seconds. Logano is just doing him a favor.
Joey Logano beat Kevin Harvick a few years ago. Just took his air away for the last 20 laps. Harvick had a faster car. Logano is one of the very best at making it difficult for someone to make
4-second lead for Harvick and growing.
Wallace has his hands full right here. He's got it. I don't know if he has enough time. 4 seconds out. Anything can
He's going
happen.
to need a caution regardless of what happens.
Logano, does he have enough speed to run Harvick down?
Disgusting. We're so close to greatness. We're one caution away from greatness.
If you get side by side, I think Bubba's going to think, I don't think Blaney's going to help me.
Yeah, looking at Blaney right there. He dipped to the inside just a little bit.
I disagree. I think Blaney would help the 23.
But the energy off the nose of that 12 car does create a little bit of speed for this 23 car, and you need to use it a little bit, even if he's not right behind you.
Look at the pack. The 22 has 10 cars smashed together.
Here goes the 23 at the bottom of the racetrack.
Bubba rolling that bottom of 3 and 4 is the only thing he's got right now. It's not quite enough. He can't carry the speed off the bottom like he can the top. But it's keeping him in the hunt.
Differences in their life and in their career in NASCAR, but he might send a fruit basket to Logano. This all works.
It's ridiculous how this is happening.
Right here. And don't think for a minute that Truex doesn't know Kevin Harvick.
God, I wish Harvick would blow a tire or blow up, do something.
To the points. If Harvick wins this race, now we got an incredible point battle between that 12 car and that 19 car.
Truex is struggling right here, though. Side by side, he's going to have to get back in line. Not able to complete that pass on Eric Jones in the 43. Here comes the
Hamlin, make a caution for your driver.
Did he Hamlin?
Because if a caution happens now, I think Hamlin would have a chance.
Complete the pass on the 48. Oh, almost.
Bubba finally got to Joey's inside. He got door to door with him.
For second right there.
I don't know if he can clear him getting into one or not.
Get into this mix, Junior.
Blaney, come on, Blaney. Go to the bottom. Go to the bottom, Blaney. Yes, Bubba's in second, but he's 4.5 seconds behind. It's too late.
He's gone. It's his spot.
Too late. Without a caution, this ain't happening.
But Joey ain't even close.
Drives away off of turn 2. All right, so right now, Bubba Wallace's crew chief and his spotter need to be saying, all right, buddy, give me some
I see some debris out there, fellas.
Oh, yeah, for caution comes out now.
Yeah. That's a ton to overcome.
Come on, man, we need to yell. Just need one damn caution.
Well, we haven't seen how fast this 23 car is outside of traffic. This lap we won't really be able to tell because he just made a pass. Next time by, we're going to compare the lap times of the 4.
I knew Joey didn't have the speed to stay up here.
Last time Bubba Wallace can run now in clean air. If he runs him down 4.5 seconds,
He ain't gonna run him from 4.5 seconds back. Ain't no way.
Well, listen, there's more to even if you can't run.
There's some lap cars ahead, but I don't know.
You've got yourself in a position where you can pick the lane that you want to hit.
Come on, guys. We're so close to greatness. We're so close. Couldn't have worked out any better. We just need one caution. One caution and one hell of a push.
Huge lead. Let's see what the speeds are as they come across the line. 38.
I guarantee Bubba's faster.
38.
Told you.
For Bubba Wallace. So Bubba Wallace 2.
A whole mile an hour faster on average.
Even with a little bit of a toe for Harvick. Harvick got a little toe off a lap car there.
It's just not enough time, goddammit. Bubba gained like 3/10 that last lap. It's just not enough time.
Down a little bit more than that. Coming to 15 to go here.
It's killing me. We're so close. So fucking close.
Well, he's done pulled a second away from Joey.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what
See if he could have got by Joey like 8 laps sooner.
Battle. I thought he could have lost more time at certain spots. Another lap. This one is a huge lap, I think, for Bubba Wallace. A 10 out of the
Oh, man. Come on. Come on.
Harvick gets quicker this time.
Harvick was a little quicker that lap.
And that's disheartening. If you're Booty Bar,
There ain't no way Bubba can run him down with just 15 laps. We need a caution.
They're going to ask what if. What if they wouldn't have had that penalty? What if they could have started anywhere near the front on this final restart?
But you talked about it. The battle that Bubba Wallace and Kyle Larson had at the beginning of that restart, that's what got Bubba Wallace so far back. Has a car with the right track position to win this race. Just wasn't able to get it. These two guys right here have done a great job today. We have not seen speed from them in practice or in the race, really, for that matter. They've done a nice job of strategy to get here.
Just need a goddamn caution.
Also, Alex Bowman sitting there in 8th. He really struggled to qualify. Eric Jones running 7th.
I've never been so frustrated in my life.
He's picked up 14 spots. Driven himself the top 10 right now.
Come on, somebody bust their ass. Somebody do something stupid. Debris, sprinkles, rain, whatever. Just enough to like bring out a caution, but not in the race. You know what I'm saying?
In the 24th position, and today they were battling the same issues. Basically, have thrown everything but the kitchen sink at it, and Blaney has
Hamlin's 5th, for fuck's sake.
currently running in the 4th position, where his average running position during this race.
Bubba's not gained anything the last 2 laps.
Has done him no favors. He's doing the best with what he has.
Remember that scene in The Wolf of Wall Street when John Bernthal's character gets arrested and he just goes, ah! when he realizes he's caught by the cops? That's how I feel right now.
Right here, Junior, this will be his 26th lap led at Michigan.
Oh, I wish you'd blow a tire, you washed up boomer fuck.
Led 13 all season. 1 at California, 1 at Darlington, and 11 at Atlanta. So at the beginning of the day, when they asked can Ford win, Kevin Harvick win, the numbers...
Cody Ware 23rd, that's pretty good.
The numbers at Michigan were good, but this is a new car, Jeff. And the numbers in this
I want to bash my head against the wall right now.
This was going to happen today. Perhaps I didn't have enough belief in the guy behind the wheel and that guy right there, Rodney Childers, on top of the pit box. 35 wins together since 2014, this pair. Charlotte Test Jr. It was like lightning in a bottle. First laps on the racetrack.
I'd kill for a yellow.
It was like a new day pairs of Rodney Childers and his movie SHR. It has been a slump. It's been 65 races.
I'd suck a dick for a yellow right now if that's what it took.
Nobody gets pretty fiery when they're getting a slump, but he's been very calm and polite in the media about his team and what they need to do better.
I keep waiting for that shit to turn yellow so I can be like, ah!
I'm just waiting to hear them. Oh, they're ranking!
Not only the speed that they've
Somebody do something! 45s is your arm itching.
Look at the year they've had.
Bet it's hot in there, itch it. Come on, we need some fucking spin gate shit.
Battle. Kevin Harvick.
That was Harvick's last win.
He was on a roll in 2020. He kind of struggled toward the end in the playoffs.
10 to go. Somebody kill me. I don't even care about Harvick winning. I just want to see Bubba win.
That's the garage area right here.
Oh, so close. So painfully close.
2 seconds ahead of Logano.
Best cup race of Bubba's career.
This was the thing they did
outside of a super speedway.
And remember, you've got 3 very unique racetracks coming up in the next 3 races where
It's a golden opportunity.
it's wide open. If you win a road course, a super speedway, a short track, anything can happen at those 3. So keep talking about how many winners we can have. If this thing's in, we're 15, very close to 16.
Hey, Bubba gained 2/10. It's still a 4-second lead, though.
Bubba Wallace, this will be a career best 4th straight top 10 finish. And the interesting thing he said earlier this week, Jeff, is the win doesn't have to happen here at Michigan. I know with the speed we have and the discipline I've been driving with, we can go to Richmond next week and win because Toyota's terrific at Richmond as well.
That's true.
Glenn may not be his best racetrack, but Daytona, you know he can win. So coming in, Jeff, with that perspective, hey, the pressure's not on me to make it happen today. Another great run. They can take this, move forward. They have 3 more shots.
Well, that's a great perspective. At some point,
Somebody do something.
point battle,
Please.
this point right here. At some point, you're Bubba Wallace. You
Race harder.
the guy.
Bust ass.
That's where you ultimately want to get. Is where when you come into every race, you think you can win, and that's the ultimate goal of all of us.
Yeah, you mentioned the points battle. Well, listen right here. One's in red and one's in green.
Great job.
Oh.
One's in and one's out.
God damn it! Stop doing that. Come on, blow a tire.
Bubba's thinking, man, let's get a yellow.
Come on. Hit harder. Is your arm itching? That was almost it.
You're just pushing a little bit too hard.
Come on, NASCAR. That was a brutal hit. I'm kidding. It wasn't, but you know.
Able to continue on.
Come on, NASCAR.
Truex now.
Check that man.
22 car of Logano.
You can tell he's been waiting on one.
Everybody's so on edge right now.
On the racetrack.
Not much pressure behind Blaney. He's got just over a second lead for the guys behind him.
Damn, Denny third. I don't know if we want to restart.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, I need Bubba to get a caution. If there's a caution now, I think Hamlin would win.
Ugh, look at the top.
Because Bubba's going to pick the inside to get on the front row with Harvick, and Hamlin would probably pick the top. Or maybe he'd pick the line behind Bubba. I don't know.
We win the lottery because we either get Bubba or it's Harvick, Hamlin, Logano.
So many of them this year.
I'll take my chances, though.
Getting a yellow.
We're so not going to get a fucking caution.
With as good a car as he had.
Why did Junior say yellow like he's Forrest Gump?
What position would that put him in as the owner of the 23? And he's driving a winning race car. The fastest car on the racetrack. What would he do? What lane would he choose depending on where Bubba goes?
Suarez, slow down the back! He's looks on the left front. Come on, NASCAR, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. That has to be a caution. That absolutely has to be one. Come on!
He's still up on the
That has to be one!
into 3. Starter's got the yellow here.
Do it!
I see sparks.
Do it!
Oh, the wheel's not turning now. This is
Come on! They didn't throw it. He made it to pit road. God damn it. Come on!
Pit road, NASCAR.
You know you want to. That was your chance.
Looking at the racetrack.
Fuck you.
Around the racetrack, looking to see if there is any.
That was the fucking chance right there. That was it. Dude, there's debris on the front stretch. Bullshit! Debris on the front stretch. I saw it.
the radio we just heard was the NASCAR spotter. Yes, turn 3.
Fuck you.
4 laps to go.
You don't throw the caution there. Come on, you know you want him to win. You know you want to see Bubba win.
Lead to Bubba Wallace as you watch the 99 car.
Give me a break. You threw the fucking caution for the thing in 2016 that ended Carl Everett's career.
What excuses a Boomer have now?
Oh.
Really felt like
Come on. All I think about is Homestead 2016. They threw a caution for something way less than that, and it fucked Carl Edwards out of his championship.
4 to go, and Kevin Harvick will be leading at a 6.
3 to go. Bullshit.
Steve, we've talked a lot about this. Kevin Harvick has come through multiple times, right? Huge clutch wins, playoffs at Dover when they were going to be out. If they did,
Bullshit.
today might be his most clutch win of his
I'm so fucking mad that they didn't throw a caution there.
This 14 could put it together. You said the pre-race, Steve, they could put it together. It looks like they might do it.
Yeah, I didn't see anything that showed the team.
How much money would it have taken to have Suarez bypass the pit entry and run another
I
lap?
asked him earlier who he was going to pick, and he said the 4 car.
Because if you're Suarez, you want a caution too.
I still don't
When your tire goes 2 to go, I hate my life.
And a little bit behind these guys, Blaney just got back by Truex.
Yeah, he did. He must have tuned that 12 up on the fence.
Now Blaney's going after Logano. I don't know what happened to Truex here. He lost a lot of speed.
All because Christopher Bell doesn't know that there's a car that was outside. We get a Harvick win.
And as great as this is for Kevin Harvick and Ford, the Toyota can't. Now, they showed what they have. They've been unbelievable all year long. I think
This is all Christopher Bell's fault. He is my new least favorite NASCAR driver.
For Toyota to think they had it.
White flag. Please just explode going into turn 1.
Presented by Credit One.
Cody Ware, do your worst.
Car in the Busch Light.
He goes to the outside of Cody Ware, and Cody Ware blows a tire. Takes out the Ford.
Healthy lead over Bubba Wallace. Almost cruised home to victory here. 46 years old from Bakersfield, California. This will be his 59th career win. That puts him 10th all-time.
Oh, what a crock of shit.
On the list. 65 starts since the last win for this Ford team. And he entered Michigan 96 points out of the playoffs in 17th position. As he comes off turn 4.
And off turn 4, and the washed-up Boomer figures out how to get lucky and win a race. Kevin Harvick wins.
Excited.
Bubba Wallace second.
I hope Kevin Harvick fails post-race, dude.
Denny Hamlin third. Oh, yes, please. That's our last hope. We still have post-race inspection.
You can hear real, raw emotion from that driver right there.
My picks finished 6th and 7th. Ty Gibbs gets a top 10. I finished 6th and 7th.
Last 5. I mean, I don't know why we doubted him.
You know you wanted to throw that fucking caution. You know you did.
See Bubba Wallace going by with a great top 2 finish here again on a great streak himself. I know he'll be disappointed. 68 career win for Stewart.
Fuck this.
Nah. Ford continues to
Best Michigan race since 2012, but fuck this.
716th total win, and they're 43rd at this racetrack.
At least Michigan doesn't suck anymore.
Came in with all the speed, but Ford does it again today.
That should have been a caution.
He's going to go down here, I think, turn this car around, and salute these fans all the way down the front straightaway. They stuck around for a little bit of a rain delay earlier today. NASCAR felt confident.
What the fuck is that going over the fence? Oh, it's confetti. Let's say, the fuck was that?
Because every one of them are still here in this grandstands.
15 different winners. 15 different winners, and we still got Daytona.
Kevin Harvick, that's his 28th win since turning 40 years old. Dale Earnhardt had 26.
It's your advanced auto parts checker flag moment.
Christopher Bell ruined a perfectly good race.
There's a few drivers every once in a while that seem to be able to continue to win beyond that 43, 44, 45-year-old mark.
I'm shocked.
Everybody can do it. There's a couple.
Harvick would like to thank the AARP for making this win possible.
He's still focused 100% on what he does every single day. And that's what it takes to be great.
I can't believe it ran all the way
through. Every day.
Yeah. Well, I called that earlier, so that's Harvick's scenario.
Left and right. It's been a challenge at times for this team. His effort in his job and everything that you got to put into it has not changed.
You know, that's the thing. We have to talk and analyze who we think can be good and who can. And there are times where you're right.
Oh, I wanted that one bad.
Times we're wrong, and you've never had to be wrong. And this is one of them, right? We talked. Could the Ford do it? I didn't think they could. I could be sitting here happier that I was wrong. He's a superstar. He's a champion.
Somebody on Door Bumper Clear picked Bubba to win. They weren't. I think Brett Griffin picked Bubba to win. He's a dumbass, but he wasn't far off today.
You know what it's like to win after a dry spell. It's amazing. You mentioned the raw emotion. He's soaking this one in, right? This one is special.
Yay, Stuart Haas isn't a total waste. They got 2 wins this year.
This man for a lot of those.
Oh! And that race was under 3 hours. That's what we like to see. Shorter than an episode of Raw. Ty Dillon, 14th. Is that his best of the year? I feel like it might be.
Might be a tie.
I don't know. Ty Gibbs gets his first career top 10. Alex Bowman 9th.
Trust me, that's a completely different feeling. Mind yourself, your team,
I'm not
you all
upset.
can do it.
Even though Harvick won, I'm not upset.
Yeah. I just think about what could have been, though. That was almost perfect.
I'm just fucking shocked, dude. I can't believe there was absolutely no drama at the end.
Fucking Christopher Bell.
For Stewart-Haas Racing and Kevin Harvick on a day when nobody gave them a shot.
Love that paint. That's going to be a hell of a race win, diecast.
Nobody gave him a shot. What did Brad Doherty say? Kevin Harvick.
And what did I say like halfway through the race? I probably wouldn't have picked Harvick before the race.
Statement win of the year and the celebration
Where's Tony Stewart?
with the race team.
He better be there.
And you think about the pressure.
My USA network's starting to glitch out.
Wrong side of the cut line for a number of weeks. Knew they needed to win. Knew this was one of his best racetracks.
Don't worry, we still have post-race inspection.
At least he won in the Busch Reds car.
Look at that.
I like that car.
Good for the Harvick fans.
You remember a couple years ago, he had this celebration with his son.
Yeah, that moment with Keelan, right?
Yeah.
Junior a couple years ago now. She gets her turn to go get the flag in front of these Michigan fans who waited it out through the rain delay and everything.
What a great moment for a parent.
Uh-oh, he's cursed. Remember what happened when Hamlin gave his kid the flag?
We still got a chance.
Still got a chance, boys. Gonna be 3 more hours before we know for sure.
Championship aside, is this maybe the most
Well, that'd be a
clutch
big
win
win
you've
for
ever pulled off?
Just good timing for sure. You know, we've had several good runs the last few weeks. Loudon and Pocono, where the car ran good and just, you know, didn't have everything work out. So just really proud of everybody on our Busch Light Apple Ford Mustang. They've been along all year long trying to
As long as
make
he's
these
went without a
Mustangs
win,
run
and he still
faster.
won 5
They
of the
haven't been
last
great
7,
this
yeah.
year, but our guys have done a good job in trying to take what we have, maximize it, and do the things that we need to do. Just really proud of everybody at Stewart-Haas Racing.
Everyone doubted you guys. Did you guys ever doubt yourselves and think, we're not going to pull this
How
off
did 2
before
blonde
racing
people
together?
have a ginger?
Everybody who doubted us doesn't know us. They obviously know that we thrive in these types of situations, and you know, a lot of things went our way today, which you know, we haven't had all year long. Have things go our way and have things fall our way, and then there at the end we pitted, didn't go a lap down, and you know, the caution came out, got control of the race. That's the thing I struggled with the most today, was traffic and the restarts and just having to make up ground. But once I got clear track, that baby was hunting.
Kevin, with only 4 shots to do it, did you think the win had to come today at one of your best racetracks?
Well, you know, I think as you know, I get that question every week.
Of course, yeah.
But we don't do anything different. You go out and you try to put yourself in a position to win the race and try to capitalize on a day and put a whole day together. And today we put a whole day together.
How about these Michigan fans waiting it out through the rain delay, and you seem to enjoy this win a little bit more, Kevin. You soaked it in a little bit more. Why?
Yeah, it's been a while, and you know, coming to Michigan, this has been a great place for us, and just got
To Harvick's credit, he's had, if you don't remember, you weren't watching, Harvick has had a lot of long winless streaks, and look at the amount of races he's still won.
This moment with Keelan,
He went winless a lot.
with Piper. That's got to be fun.
Like 2004,
Well, I mean, I feel like the one he just went through was like the longest.
2008, 2009. Yeah. His longest so far, he won Daytona at the beginning of 07. Winless through 07, 08, 09. Didn't win again until 2010.
But it's a fun ride for a little kid.
And like I said before that, he went winless in 04.
Victory lane and celebrated to see the team.
And this is another long winless streak, but he's still got a lot of wins. I mean, they haven't been as far off as people think, because he's run top 10 a lot. If you look at the top 10s this year, they've got a lot of them.
You know,
I know he
to
always
hear him say they
finishes.
thrive in them situations, it's impressive. You don't
They get the most out of some pretty mid-race cars, I think.
in those type of moments when there's
It's
frustration.
also great when you have the same crew chief for 9 fucking seasons, too. That does help.
These guys, they stay buckled down.
Yeah, I mean, 687 days between wins. And that's a long time.
Could have won Bristol last year, but you showed your ass.
Some find success and some don't. But Harvick, you called it the line. He's a closer. Why
Yeah, we'll do those setups. Just let me know.
Those 2 question does.
Need to go ahead and plug up my PS5 controller.
doubted.
Sorry,
They
son.
love to be questioned. Rodney Childers, even then, great job. I mean, he just he is as bright as they come, as even keeled as they come.
We're going to stand up for this run.
We're going to hold on, man.
Easy on the clutch. Easy on the clutch, Dad. You know,
Hope you fail post race.
Kevin's wife delayed from a race.
I kid.
Father John Paul Limble ran in the Busch Grand National Series. Never quite had the funding. She grew up
Excuse me.
in a racing family, and she knows how important these days are. She knows how difficult it is, and she has so much appreciation to be able to be in victory lane, see how hard they work. And she knows the struggles. She saw it firsthand, lived it as a child.
As a parent, it's so fun to see these kids become part of these moments. You know,
Moments. I like the Bush beer cans on the deck lid.
I really experienced that for a really long time and didn't really understand it until I became a parent myself. And yeah, what a memory.
What an assist from Joey Logano as well.
On his face. Looking at her, the smile on Kevin's face, that's a bigger smile than I've seen, you know, with any checker flag or trophy. She's waving. What a day.
Took a ride right into the playoffs. And now this team becomes really dangerous.
That's what I mean.
Because they've not had winning speed, but he just said it. They've had consistent speed, and they continue to improve. If they improve in the next 10 weeks as much as they have in the previous,
correct.
And how good are they at Phoenix? Well, I know it's a little it's a little early to be talking about that, but they're great at Phoenix. And who won earlier at Phoenix this year? His teammate. So, you know, they got to have a little more confidence that they just...
Still, though, what if we get 17 winners? We still got a shot at that.
Now we've got that hurdle off. We've jumped that one. You don't have to win in the first round. 16 down to 12. You don't have to win. All those guys aren't going to win. The most that wins 3, right? You don't even really have to win in the second round. So to your point, Jeff, they have 10 solid weeks.
I'm just amazed at the speed that 2311 cars have.
Right? That's 10 weeks away.
well, I don't expect them to make the mistakes.
A month straight of the 2311 cars being really fast.
Crew chief and that team.
Waiting to see more interviews. That's why I'm still on here.
Coming to this playoffs and have been there, done that.
This is going to be, I think, as big as the one on the front stretch. He's going to soak this in.
What a tall boy. Kevin Harvick back in victory lane for Stuart Hall.
We'll go to commercial before we get more interviews.
Incredible job closing this one. So many changes.
About lost my voice today. I didn't think I'd lose my voice on Michigan.
The playoffs. Things keep getting interesting as we're going to head to Richmond next week. Kevin Harvick does this week, but the battle rages on. 3 weeks left in the regular season.
Hitting the road, not all 5G networks are created equal. T-Mobile covers more highway miles with...
Anybody got any final thoughts? I just want to get more interviews on here before I go. Sponsor was back in full force today. Always good to see. Damn. I'm gonna need to rest the vocal cords because I talk too much. Nick Adams be like, Bubba Wallace sucks. He didn't even get a top 1 today. Well, that was a quick commercial.
Look at the playoff standings. At today's
Fuck.
event. There you see Kevin Harvick's name. And now the battle is between Ryan Blaney and Martin Truex Jr. Martin Truex Jr., he's 4th in regular season points and not right now in the playoffs, guys.
No, but heading to Richmond, if I'm Blaney, I don't feel very good because Truex was fast at Richmond.
Ryan Blaney 2nd in points, only 19 points to the good.
Try to clean that up if Coach gives this week. Keep believing in Truex, see if he can get it done.
Well, a guy who's a little bit more disappointed about his result today just came up a little bit short. Parker caught up with Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace finishes second. And Bubba, I saw you take a moment in the car here when you pulled up and just collecting your thoughts. What was going through your mind here as you pulled up and sat in the car?
Tired.
Replaying everything I could have done. Took the top there on the restart. Thought I could, hang with the 4 and just got to race in the 5 and the 22. And 22 did a good job of getting another Ford contract, helping Ford win.
He's right about that.
Just all in all, incredible weekend. Appreciate my team. Wish we could have got Toyota in victory lane. Wish we could have got McDonald's back in victory lane. She was fast all week, man. Just I'll wear this one on my heart for a while. I failed everybody.
I know you put a lot of pressure on yourself. I mean, it's obvious,
Interview over, Parker. Come on.
But you said you would have done.
I'm upset with how Bubba's acting in this interview.
Move-wise, when you.
I don't know what else he could have done other than change lanes on a restart.
Clear the 5 sooner. He was doing his part, putting it on my quarter there, keeping me tight, and just the side by side here allows the board to get away. I could have taken the top, pushed the 4, and then
thank Christopher Bell.
It could have been the 5 in that scenario, right? So
that's what I said. I said Bubba coming out in 3rd after that mess was better than Larson. He could have been him.
I saw Booty Barker come up and talk to you, crew chief Denny.
Bruh, interview over.
What they had to say to you?
Just a great job all weekend. I mean, it is a hell of a job for our team. So there's a lot of
I hate how he's acting because he's giving people material for this interview.
But I want to win so bad, and this was the best opportunity.
You can tell Bubba really wanted this one.
I hate how he's acting there because he's just giving everybody material. I hate that. You got to keep your head up and stay positive. I know it sucks. You kind of got fucked there by the 22. I get it. Could have done something. Could have changed lanes. Picked the line behind Harvick. I don't know. I don't see what more he could have done from the line he picked. That's about the only thing I would change. Just maybe pick the outside line up behind Harvick.
These things everything's going in the right direction. Hang in here. All right, stay positive. A win is right around the corner, and he's right. It's easy to focus on the negatives. It really is, and I understand that, but he needs to turn that around a little bit.
I'm with Junior.
Hey, man, I'm right
Perk
there.
the fuck up.
Maybe next
I'm
week.
really annoyed at how Bubba was acting there, but I get it.
Saying I could have done better, but you also have to understand the competition also has a plan. Like, you have to beat Kyle Larson on a restart. That's not easy to do. And I don't know that he did anything wrong. It's racing, and their job is to get in front of you. Your job is to get in front of them, and it's difficult. So I appreciate it, and I think 100%. He's got to go and look, go back and watch the replays, go back and look at data. What could have I done different? Is there something I could have done different? That's how you improve. I don't think you should put all that on his shoulders.
Simply said, we had this conversation before this race started. Did he have to win with the best car? And I didn't think he did. I just wanted to see him in that last.
Oh, I just saw Marco Andretti's driving the 48 in the Xfinity Series on the Charlotte Roval later this year.
Lose. Chase Elliott lose. These are great drivers. They lose more than they started winning. You have to learn. And other than Daytona, Talladega, and some of the speedways where he has been in position, he has not been in position at a lot of these downforce tracks. The only way to learn is to be in position. Bubba needs to look at this as a positive. They keep giving him good cars. He'll completely forget about Michigan the next chance he has.
Absolutely agree with that. We're going to be sticking around here all the way till.
All right, I'm out of here. That was a really depressing and what a sad note to end on, but I will see you guys next week, if not before then.